blown up by the big
Yeah, I
Titans.
guess.
Ricky didn't really like Monster Hunter.
But it didn't.
I
It
never said I
didn't.
didn't like
But
it.
Monster
I
Hunter
questioned
isn't like. It's not like
Beta,
Division
yeah.
and like Destiny. Like
Yeah,
We're
this is
live.
different.
Don't nobody incriminate yourselves or anybody.
I got Monster Hunter right
blown
now.
up by the big
Yeah, I
Titans.
guess.
Ricky
Bro.
didn't-
Nah, you good. I mean,
Oh, you played?
you don't want to let it die out, cuz.
What-
I mean, it was good, but it's not even a really thing
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not even.
Yo, it's like my attention span. So
You
like,
smell Monster Hunter?
Yeah,
They didn't support the end game content, which is a no.
They're
They
taking
just
very
gave-
long.
They just gave us fucking Ryu and Sakura skins. They
Yeah,
like, come
that
on,
wasn't
bro,
enough
like,
for me. I mean,
you know,
I think
They were
they
so happy.
4 monsters after the game came out, maybe 5.
Here's what I think happened. They were so happy that it was their most best-selling game. They was just like, "Yo, fuck it, this is."
They didn't know what to do
we
with
That
wanted.
that.
wasn't wise. They should have had an end game plan. Anytime you have a game,
The problem is they probably didn't.
I feel like they did
'Cause
have
they
a
didn't- I don't think they realized how much people was gonna be. I don't think nobody realized how much people was gonna be playing fucking Monster. Yeah.
But now here's what they gonna put all that end game stuff in the next game. Monster Hunter World 2.
But to be honest with you, I just think just timing too is just terrible. They probably in the works with something, but we move on so fast nowadays, bro. Like if you don't put something out now, because the way people advance in games is ridiculous. You got people beating the craziest bosses in like an hour, 2 hours, or just the same day that they would expect us to beat in a day or 2 days or 3 days. If you
Yeah, I
don't
ain't
put out
gonna
the
lie.
content, there's a
Playing
window.
that whole man, like when Monster Hunter first came out, that whole was hard as shit. Bro.
man.
Like, I was getting washed by the engine ass boy. That nigga was
I
real.
remember being scared of him.
Yeah, facts.
I didn't
was
fight him.
running.
I ran. I was
running
out.
from that nigga.
Man, we
Every
were
time I
right
seen him, I'm like, nah, you got it. Word.
Then
I was scared of the great joggers.
Nah, hell no,
what?
that nigga was trash.
I mean, no, because no, look, you gotta understand why I was scared of him because it was the first monster you fight. I'm like, oh shit, this shit is big as shit.
Nah, that nigga
Trash.
was wild trash. I don't give a fuck.
He was trash.
That
Trash.
nigga was wild trash.
But
But then again, if you didn't play the demo or the beta, then you wouldn't.
What up,
I didn't
chat?
play it that much.
We live.
What up, Cole?
What up, Real?
What up,
EB Nasty, Indigo Sad, Living Tatted, D Steph. What up, Cordell? Rip X. Sinking from Mel Coley. What up?
Man, Rip fucking Vader, nigga.
Who's Vader?
Carlos Espinoza. What up, bro?
You don't know who Vader
Lady
is?
for Mrs. Head.
Oh, the wrestler.
Wait, the wrestler?
Lady
Yeah.
Infamous.
He died?
He
Yeah,
died.
he just died. He died Monday.
Man, God.
Oh, yeah.
damn.
They just talked about it today. He was trending.
Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of him.
Hey,
I just
Cordell.
didn't know who he was.
Hey,
like
come
that.
on, man. What's
What happened?
can't say.
Man, this Vader.
He probably said
time,
some wild
cuz.
shit.
Who, me?
I can't. I don't even want.
Nah.
I don't even want to. I don't want to even. repeat
Dude
it.
in chat.
You wild, Cordell? You wildin', bro? Come on, man.
Cordell?
What up, TBH? What's good, bro?
What up, TBH?
What's
Aw,
up,
sweet.
Silver? What's goody?
Oh.
E3. We
Why
got
we
a
gotta be
lot
there?
to talk about. Y'all might have to sit here or drive to work after you listen to it on SoundCloud. 'Cause this might be a long show. I'm just telling y'all right now. You might. It could be a minute on here.
Hit the like button.
Yeah, hit that like button.
Like button. So
Yeah, look at that Warlock on Anthem.
we get 500 people. We gonna
Yeah, you
start the show,
seen it?
bro.
Well, he looked kind of clean. He was like
He looked
teleporting and
clean.
shit.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
shout out to Ricky for teasing me. I finally got double monitors. We lit like.
Yo, my man
Oh,
was
you
using a
just now
laptop.
getting that?
Yeah.
He was
That's
using a laptop, man.
that's wild.
You was
bro.
running that
How-
solo
how'd I
life for
get
that
mine?
long?
I was.
How'd I get double monitors before you did?
Well,
What the
I
hell?
was using my single monitor, and then I had my laptop, and I was treating it like a second monitor, but I couldn't like switch windows and all of that
Man, listen, bro, you got your priorities fucked up. How you buy a house but then you buy a double monitor?
stuff. Y'all can't even congratulate. You know what I'm saying? On progress.
Yo,
Y'all
yo,
gonna
yo,
tell
look.
me I'm late.
You know why I'm congratulate you? Because you're on your way up next. What you got to do is remove
Get
that
that new
god
phone,
awful
nigga.
banner
Next
and
week,
phone.
next week, man. Shout out to Ricky, man. I finally got a pager, man.
I got to get a new phone because my
Yeah.
accountant was laughing.
He said
at
I
me.
finally got a pager. Yeah.
His
Yo.
accountant told him he can't even run services.
son.
My
on his
accountant told
phone.
me if I want to use my phone as a business expense, I have to buy a new phone, and she laughed at me.
I'm trying to tell you,
That's
son.
disgusting. Did she say anything about your YouTube banner at all?
Oh, what's
Hey
going
yo,
on?
shout out to Dark Talion, yo. He's in recovery right now.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dark Talion, man. He does a lot of great work. If you guys are interested in any kind of like artwork, banner work, he did my
Yeah,
art.
his art is disgustingly
So I ain't
good,
making no
man.
moves until he get together and he get all his stuff
I
together.
can't. You know why I can't wait? Because we're gonna permanently. You know, sometimes when you change your banner, you can actually see some of your old past banners. I can't wait because we're gonna make sure Chase deletes the shit out of these banners that he
Hey,
has
yo.
currently.
Speaking
Big
of
facts.
banners, there's some dude he stole the logo.
Chase is too light with shit, man. I'm not, man.
My man,
Yeah,
Wait, what you mean? He stole the
Explain it.
logo?
he stole the logo and the name, and he be uploading videos
He called himself Grown Man's Gaming.
with a Z.
Oh, and he stole that.
What?
I was like, yo, this dude is wild in here. Hey, I'm gonna read y'all donations just a second. Thank y'all. Yeah, I this is funny. I don't, whatever.
Yeah, I
I mean,
seen
that's hilarious.
somebody recently followed me with
Yes,
that logo.
prof,
too,
yes.
actually. Yeah.
With our logo, dog.
Yeah, I seen that on Twitter. I'm like, who the fuck?
I'm
is
not
this
bothered. It's more funny than anything. I mean, he's not.
You
I
laugh a lot.
understand
I
how
can't wait.
hard it is to make to come up with a decent name and shit, but you can't be out here flat out stealing.
I mean,
I can't. You know what? I can't wait till the day
That
that
was a
somebody
grown
comes and
man.
takes our name.
He said grown man's cake.
Hey, cuz they say in cooking, like you gotta do is add something different. You can make that recipe yours. Then nigga added that Z. It was like, fuck it, nigga,
Hey,
I'm
yo,
running
just
with
add water, yo.
it. Yo, facts. That nigga said, just add that one little piece, cuz.
Amir Young, can y'all unban my main account? I didn't even do anything. I need you.
Nah,
to-
he
You
lying.
obviously
He
did
lying.
something.
He lying.
I ain't gonna lie.
know,
Hey,
to
look.
To be honest though, with some of the mods, he probably didn't really do nothing.
I didn't see people get banned. I've had to unban just only a couple people. I've definitely accidentally banned people because them little 3 dots, the chat be moving
Yeah,
so
that too.
fast. Amir, hit me up on Twitter.
Wait, who was it? Amir Khan?
Amir Young.
Amir Young.
He said Amir Khan.
No.
American. Now you got knocked the fuck out, Amir.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Chase be
Can't
taking
come
it so light when people take like our logos and shit. One day somebody who's very small is gonna LLC that shit, and I'm gonna look at you like,
I don't know how they gonna LLC that when I'm the accountant's on the already on it. So ain't gonna be no LLC nothing. And you just told everybody we ain't had one. So you just exposed us.
I ain't no
Damn.
exposed. I would have been hyped to
Hey,
announce
man,
it. Ain't no
hey,
exposed.
Okay,
man.
Ricky, I didn't even realize you had the deep V-neck on today. You really feeling good.
Nah, it's a poor man's V-neck. This shit is so stretched out. You guys don't even
Hey,
want to see the back.
everybody
of
got
it.
t-shirts like that.
Hey, yo, that shit
Yeah.
going off the screen. That boy got a run on V-neck.
That's funny shit.
My
Had
shit all the
someone,
way down there.
TBH said somebody pulled up on him and said, "Please unban me at E3."
Damn, that's crazy.
Yo, you dead ass? That's hilarious, yo.
Yeah, he probably went to E3 just for that one mission too. He probably
Yo,
just
my
wanted to go
nigga
get
stood
unbanned.
there and waited for you to unban him too. Pulled his phone out like, yeah,
You
okay.
gotta unban that. That was lit.
Back, good luck, homie.
I gotta make sure to cycle out these gameplays as we go.
Yo, male sensitivity. I gotta have a one-on-one talk with you, man. You wild
Hey
as hell,
yo,
bro.
his Twitter, yo, he don't even care. His Twitter, is his Twitter
Wow.
unreal.
Did he make a new
Yeah.
Twitter?
No. Yo, your Twitters
Yeah.
are unreal.
That nigga wild.
Just make sure you
Wow.
subscribe to us on all of them. Fuck
He
it.
made a new one?
New ones.
What's
Oh,
the
okay.
new? Yo,
He be talking,
what's the new
He
ones?
be on there talking wild, man.
Male sensitivity, male sensitivities, and male
K-Flame, I
sensitivity.
know. We're not really using
You
that
still be
right now.
talking to Angela Yee, man? I remember you on your other account, dog.
This dude, I remember male sensitivity wrote on somebody's tweet, said, yo, just send me nudes. I said,
No, that's not what he said. He said, well, he said that, but he sent another tweet that said, if you have news, I'll be ready to pay top dollar for them. It's like,
Yo, why you putting this man out there like that?
Hey, yo,
Hold up.
he
he-
put himself out there. It's on Twitter.
That dude out here giving out shillings for pics, dog. What's wrong with dude?
those tweets are public.
He said shillings for pics. Chase.
That boy said I'll play top dollar.
But we definitely gotta get him back on the show, man.
Yeah,
It's been a
was
long
this
time.
never miss an episode thing in the top left always here?
Let me see. What do you mean on the banner?
What?
No,
Yeah, that's
in
always
the
there.
Overlay.
That's always
Oh
there.
shit, that look
We're gonna
lit.
have
Yo,
to
look
get
at me
new-
with my
new
stupid ass hat
overlay
on.
soon. See, he said he asked her. He ain't. Yeah, man. He's saying straight up. Yeah, last time he was on here, he told Ricky he wasn't shit. He got an NBA, and then he just never came back, yo.
Yeah, he completed his mission. That's all he needed to
Nah,
do.
he went through a crazy phase. He started telling chicks all types of wild
No,
shit
he was
online.
already doing that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
already
he
doing
was.
that.
He just didn't know that was him on his other
What's
account.
up, Patriot? I forgot. I seen what you said. You had your mom looking at my videos. I don't know why. They don't, if you ain't in the culture, you don't really understand. People like, people watch people play games. I just don't understand it. It's like, well, people watch people swing tennis
Cook.
rackets and play golf.
Yeah,
Nah,
I
they
play
watch
football or
everybody cook.
anything.
They watch people announce who's the baby daddy on Maury.
They watch spelling bees on ESPN.
I don't understand that. I don't even think anybody really watched that though.
That nigga
I ain't
said
impressed.
try spicy ketchup. That shit, what?
Yo,
Wait,
spicy ketchup. No,
I think spicy ketchup is alright.
That's a
Nah,
thing.
from Whataburger.
I
boy.
never had that before.
Yo, I swear,
I never even
I didn't know
heard
it
of
either.
that shit.
Yo, if you go to Whataburger, that shit's fire. I ain't gonna hold
You
you.
ain't got no Whataburger up in New York.
Yo, you ever had vegan
Y'all
spread?
missing out, guy.
On some real shit, you ever had vegan spread?
Man,
It's
I
like
ain't
a replacement for
vegan,
But you
mayonnaise.
said have what?
Hey, I'm
Ricky?
gonna shoot a shot, yo.
No, it's a replacement for mayonnaise. For
Oh,
people
I don't
who
like mayonnaise
like
anyway, so I don't need a replacement. I don't like the
extra
original.
mayo for me,
But Ricky, what did you say? You said have you ever tried what?
It's called vegan spread. It's like
Vegan
a replacement for people who
I
don't
don't
like.
think I've had it, but it sounds familiar.
Every time I go out and I order a sandwich, I always say to the server, "Yo, please, don't undercover brother me."
What that mean?
Hey, yo, and then it's
Yeah,
I got you.
extra mayonnaise on there. Extra mayonnaise on there. Look, we got one of those guys.
Trying to
Yo, I
tell
remember one time my brother added we got burgers, and my brother doesn't like cheese and shit. So the dude
What the
definitely
fuck
just
is
gave him
mumbo
cheese anyway.
sauce?
But we took
Yeah,
it home.
that's
And
Oh, that's like a I think
That's
a
the
GMG
Jamaican
thing.
shit.
cheese is bad because you can't even really take it off, especially if it melts.
Nah, you can't.
It's
It's
just-
melted on there.
You gotta get
Shit.
that
That's
bread.
on there.
My brother's
Yeah,
fat,
I want to
he
go
had
to.
cheese.
I want to go to In-N-Out Burger, but I keep hearing it's trash.
Yo,
Might just go to-
no. So, my first time in Cali, In-N-Out was fire, and I was like, yo, this shit may be competing with Whataburger. Second time that I just went, nah, Whataburger better. Whataburger.
Have you ever had Five Guys, sir?
Listen, Doug. Can't nobody tell you what tastes good to you.
Hey, it's better.
That's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point.
I like people could say like it was bad for them, it was great for them, but you be like, yo, that shit, what you eat don't make me shit, nigga. Like
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but
that shit might be good as fuck to me,
I mean, but it's people. It's
or
people
it might
who
be
know me.
trash.
It's people
I mean,
who
you
know
can say
me
that-
though, and like also know Five Guys and shit. So, the fuck?
Five Guys will just guarantee a heart attack, no insurance.
people,
Five Guys.
Five
is good
Guys
shit.
is amazing.
Yo,
I
Five
love
Guys
Five Guys.
is
Go.
wild.
Anything
man.
that causes heart attacks is
Why
amazing.
Five
is
Guys
great.
is Five Guys be like $45 for a burger and a shake. That shit mad
Yo,
expensive, bro.
I think
Like
that's-
this fire.
you been to Disney before, right, Prophecy?
Nah.
Oh man, them lunch prices at Disney, they had it said adult salad. I don't even know what an
Man, why
adult
you
salad is.
put my business out there like that? Man? I
What?
don't appreciate it.
A lot of people have been to Disney. Look,
It's exposed me.
No, look, I'm just saying.
I ain't never,
You ain't really missing
They
nothing.
had $45 salads. It said adult salad, $45, yo.
Man,
Like, what's in
fam,
that?
I don't know where it was, but the motherfucker had like a candy bar for $40, bro. When I was like,
Oh, yeah.
That shit better
who
come
made
with
that? Willy
fucking
Wonka?
orange.
You got
I
it,
ain't
bro.
the damn killer.
yo, facts, nigga. Unless I'm going to Willie his motherfucking self, nigga, I ain't getting no $40 candy bar, bro.
You
Just
get
that whole
nothing.
beat.
You lose, Prophecy. You stole fizzy lifting drink. Good day.
Facts, nigga. And then moonwalk out that motherfucker. Hey, yo, they making a new one too. That just made me think about
What
that.
now? Why that'd be the third one? Because of
Yo, the one they did with
Johnny
what's
Depp.
his name was Johnny Depp was fire.
Boy,
They-
Johnny
they
Depp looked
got
like a
shit-
crackhead today, bro.
Nah, he looked like Michael Jackson in that Willy Wonka shit. That shit
Wait,
was
what's wrong with
wild.
Johnny Depp?
He look.
Wait,
It ain't cause he's older. It's
He's
cause he
old.
looks like a crackhead, man.
Bro, he's all fucked up and in debt. He just refused to sell his jet. Like, yo, he all fucked up right now.
I mean, he been messed up since that domestic violence. Since
Yo, just make a
Big
new
facts.
Pirates movie, man. Come on.
That shit didn't
nah,
sell
he
well the last one.
he in that Beast movie. You know, like the Harry Potter, whatever that shit. Like
Y'all bought a turkey leg that looked like it belongs in Harry Potter and Disney. Some shit cost me $25. Never again.
You got,
Damn, Johnny Depp
you
look like
got-
he's 60.
You got the brontosaurus meat.
Yo, the Fred Flintstone.
Put that shit on the vehicle, and he drove off.
$25, dog.
All right, we've somebody. If there's any new people, they like, yeah, they ain't even talk about E3. We about to talk about it right now, bruh. Welcome to GMG episode 184. We was out of town, couldn't do the show, so we are back with the E3 episode a little bit later than everybody. We have some of the usual family in here. Want to start with Trey. Go.
Back up in this thing, bro. Not a new member to the podcast, but I enjoy being on this thing every time. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel, bro. I'm on the road to 30K, and let's do it.
30K. Ew. Excellent. Duh.
Thank you for having me back on. I love talking about video games. Also, not a new member. Just, come check out the channel. I'm nowhere near 30. Actually, I'm kind of close. I'm like 29,000. 500 away. Yeah, we getting there. Subscribe to the channel. Help me out, please.
Hey, brother, that's better than being 29,506 away. So you,
Exactly.
you're on your way, you did.
Ricky. That account.
I'm glad to be back, man.
That account ain't even trolling.
I know what you're talking about.
Nah,
I'm glad to be back, man. Make sure you guys check out Trey and Dub. We're back in this thing, man. We've been very busy. for pretty much no reason. But yeah, we back.
Oh no.
Prophecy.
You're
That's it. That's all you got for me.
yeah.
All right. Before we get to the topics, I'm gonna read these donations out. I ain't forget about y'all. Thank y'all, Kylie. There's a lot of them already. I'm gonna start from the bottom. OG Fruit Fly always in the building. He said we're in the building. Thank you, bro. The homie AJ. He just said Maybach music. ODZQ contribution to Chase new phone. How y'all doing? We good, bro. Thank you. King Phantom. So happy I'm out today. Been missing GMG for the last month. Also want everyone to know KFC be selling the best biscuits. Also, how y'all doing? We good, bro.
Hold up.
Some biscuits will kill you without no honey, though. What?
I mean, all the big 3 biscuits will kill you at honey, though.
Yo.
Be honest.
What, Ricky, what
KFC
you
Churches
laughing
and
at,
Papa.
though?
First of all, bro, we not gonna no, hell no.
What happened?
Because he just said all them biscuits gonna kill you, dog. KFC got the worst biscuits known to it, man.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
y'all
KFC
think so?
biscuits.
KFC
Yeah.
Bro, that shit
Garbage.
tastes like chalk.
It
Like
do.
that shit is
KFC
disgusting.
biscuits.
Popeye's
haven't eaten
biscuit.
in a long time.
Popeye's biscuits shit on KFC biscuits.
Yo,
Right,
yo,
like-
yo, the way you just said Popeye, what's it? Popeyes.
I did say Popeye. I did say that. Hold on.
Popeyes.
I tried to skip by it so nobody catch me on it.
No, I got
No,
you.
that shit is not like KFC biscuits is disgusting.
Yeah, you want to see why I'm left?
I feel like an
Look at
idiot.
it. No, look at the.
I mean, if you like it, you can.
Yeah.
So bad and shit. What you
He
talking
just
about,
said what you.
Yo,
don't
Yo,
make-
look at the image. Look at the image right there.
in the chat? Oh,
I remember that shit.
It's going to see.
This is talking me daddy feature.
What happened?
Yeah,
That
that's
shit,
hilarious.
wow.
That shit real.
Oh shit.
Nah, bro, Pop.
Daddy gives a
KFC biscuits
no
is
drink.
wild, B. Like
Churches
that
got my
shit,
favorite biscuits though.
like you could definitely kill somebody with.
Yeah, Church's biscuits underrated. I don't hear a lot of people talk about that. Well, matter of fact, because
A lot of people don't have Church's.
We don't have that. I never.
Church's
Yeah,
chicken.
a lot of people don't have church.
Wait, I swear they
That
had
shit
churches
greasy.
in.
I like KFC biscuits. I'm
Nah, you wild. You a
I
brave-
don't
you a
think
brave
KFC
man.
biscuits are like horrible. They're just not like the best.
I'm not.
No,
like,
they
KFC biscuits
trash.
chicken. I don't know what
I'm
y'all
not like a
talking
biscuit.
Yeah.
Master.
I ain't no biscuit connoisseur neither, nigga, but I know that shit is trash.
about.
Like that shit tastes like dry desert.
For real, for real.
Man,
For
all
real.
I did was got some white bread, crumbled it up, and gave it to you, dog. That
Dog,
Yeah.
that's not that shit ain't even better than the biscuits from the grocery store that you pop in the oven, nigga. Like that shit.
No,
is
it's not. But I mean, but those
trash, bro.
biscuits are good too, though.
Talking about
Sometimes.
I ain't
that
like
you
them
baked to a
biscuits
sweet
fire.
golden brown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like them hoes, like and then what's worse about KFC? You can't put nothing on them hoes. Like at least Popeye, you put some honey or some jelly. Like KFC, it don't matter. You can put God on them hoes. Them shit's gonna be trash, nigga. Like that
I
shit
think
is
I think
garbage.
it depends on the KFC you go to because sometimes I go to KFC and those biscuits are great. Other times I go and it's just.
Am I frozen on you?
Nah, you
Let
good
me
now.
find
Let me
out.
let me read the rest of these real quick, y'all.
I
I'm
see
sorry.
this.
Yo, he's definitely frozen
Ricky
with
look
his goofy
happy.
ass face.
My bad. Yeah, your
Oh,
face was
joy.
funny as hell too.
Hey, yeah, that was perfect.
Red Minutes 96. Y'all
Red
live
Lobster
streams
biscuits
always be
are-
fire. King Phantom with another one. He said who we think won E3. We're gonna get to that just a little bit, bro. OG said
Yeah,
Fruit
yeah,
Fly
yeah.
said PS4 won. Zeffy G still waiting on that sponsor button. Just saying. You might be waiting a little bit longer, bro. Low budget Uno. Haven't been in GMG live in a cool minute. Missed y'all. Thank you, bro. Travis Goat. Chase Final get blitzed in my playlist by 6. Hey, you gonna have to wait. You gotta give me at least another day to come up with the video, bro. Jarius Turner. Chase, you gotta play the Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm waiting for that new Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man gonna have to chill, bro.
Mr. Lee ain't gonna play itself.
K Flame 90. Chase should play Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, 2, and 3. Maybe. We'll see if anybody ever votes it. Donovan Joseph, Lady Infamous, I got that package, no UPS. Hey.
Hey, I shoot my shot in the brick. I shoot my shot in the brick.
Hey.
Open box.
Hey, you read that shit like so
Whoa.
smoothly too. Like word.
Travis Goat, I'm gonna run up on a ball person in Pittsburgh. Please just don't let it be me, bro. J King 18, if you haven't had mumbo sauce, you haven't experienced life. What's up, GMG? Sail away tonight. 26 about to be 27. Feel old as hell, but here's that 5 for gas. Thank you, bro. OG Fruit Fly with another one. Popeye biscuits are official murder weapons. Lurkin Kendall with the $20 donation. What up, GMG fam? Hey Chase, put me on the Blister League squad, man. Before we went to I got you, bro. Don't worry. Ray 313 Ray. Hey Chase, did you sleep on the couch again for E3 this year? I was not E3, bro. I was in Ontario, Ontario, California. Artaz9, thank you for the donation. He didn't even leave a message. All right, let's get to the topics, bro.
Yo, wait. Yo, by the way, you know Carter had us saying the other side of where we stood last year. Never
I thought
again.
you said you wasn't gonna let him book the run.
No, we got some. I think somebody was like profiling us. They canceled our booking last minute. Meanwhile, their shit was good, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Yo, I got a better spot."
You couldn't get the hotel again? Where they only give you one towel?
All right, can't continue.
Listen, how about this? Before we even get to the E3 stuff, I have a very important announcement. We was already talking about this before the show, so you already know about this. My Call of Duty people, if you are still a fan of the franchise, even though I would not listen. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all.
You got niggas with the shot.
Yo, this is yeah. What they're doing is not cool. All right, so for the last 10 years, Call of Duty has been one of the annual franchises kind of leading the FPS. There's been some ups and downs. It's more on the downside right now, and other games have come in, and obviously Fortnite stuff, but that's not FPS. But anyway, for the last 10 years, you pay your money, you play your domination, your team deathmatch, your demolition, hardpoint, headquarters, search and destroy, whatever. And then they started putting the season pass in there for additional maps. Then they started adding the camos and all of that. We come to a place where that's just in the game. But this shit here is way worse. I think there are either 4 or 6 editions of Black Ops 4. The $60 edition does not get you the regular multiplayer. Let me say that again. The $60 edition does not get you Team Deathmatch Domination or any of that. It gets you zombies and it gets you Battle Royale. And there's no campaign. If you want your normal multiplayer from Black Ops 4 that you've had for the last 10 years, $100, bruh. $100 minimum. That's the minimum. And hell, hold on. It's called the Black Ops Pass, right? So you might be saying, okay, well, cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just buy the regular $60 edition, and then when I get some more money, I'm going to buy the Black Ops Pass. No, the fuck you not. You know why? Because you cannot buy the Black Ops Pass separately. You have to buy the $100 edition, or you ain't playing TDM, Search and Destroy, and all the stuff you like. So there's that.
How much VC you get with that?
How much VC?
Yeah, how much card points?
I didn't even get into like the individual edition.
2,400. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
so
one crate.
What if you fuck up and you didn't notice and you bought the $60 version and then you want the multiplayer? You got to buy the $100 multiplayer.
Edition.
Here's the thing. That's not gonna last long though.
I'm telling you,
it's not gonna last long. But that's the dumbest shit
I've
ever seen.
The fact that it's a thing anyway.
Yeah.
Now,
remember what happened with COD 4? They said it was never going to be separate because they see no one was playing Infinite Warfare and COD 4 was pretty much not getting any sales. They had it separated, but this is by far the worst shit I've ever seen. And whoever just donated that money for me to buy that copy, you might have to pass $40 more.
Drifter did a video. 8 Thoughts did a video. I think Merc Music did a video. That's all I know of for sure right now, but there are definitely multiple versions. If you see any changes, feel free to let me know. I will update the information I just gave y'all. But as it stands, it's $100 for you to play multiplayer the way you want to play. Not everybody's into Battle Royale. I like Battle Royale, but a lot of people, we don't get on Call of Duty for that. You got on Call of Duty because you only had 10 minutes to play a game because you got to head out to work, so you hop into a quick TDM. That's what Call of Duty was good for, short matches. If you're going to sit Fortnite, you might be in a 20-minute match. You might not have time for that. Like, Call of Duty was really reserved for the people that had somewhere to be. They didn't have a lot of time to play. You can play 5 matches, you know what I mean, in about 20 minutes. Now, good luck to you. $100, bro.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Crazy.
I don't think that shit going to change anything, bro.
It ain't. Well, we'll see how this does.
Let's be real. That's usually about the price of the Game Pass, right? $50. Or the season pass is like what, $40 generally?
I thought it was 30, 40, 50.
I thought it was like 30.
Any one of those. I think it was 30 though.
So add that in there to a regular $60 price. What's that? About 90. Then add in the fact that people stay buying hella COD points. So that's like another however much. Because you ain't gonna sit up here and tell me. I know I don't even fuck with Call of Duty like that. But y'all niggas not gonna sit up here and tell me y'all not gonna buy this shit and these COD points when y'all on Fortnite buying $30 skins and $20 skins every week. So this ain't gonna do nothing besides just prove Activision is still about their money. They've always been about that money. And like I told Chase earlier, they smart as fuck for doing it with Black Ops because that's the game everybody wants to play. Nobody give no fuck about the Sledgehammer game. I can't speak on Modern Warfare 4. That people might want to care about that, but everybody usually generally likes Treyarch games. So they smart as hell for doing it with that, and they about to get y'all suckers for doing this.
I'll be honest with you. This may be the worst move to do for two Black Ops, only because right now World War II isn't generated sales due to the fact, of course, with supply drops. But with them doing this, I think we've seen more people get off of COD and play more Fortnite. And for them to come up with this kind of gimmick, I wouldn't put it past me. Like by maybe December, either they're going to drop the price of that $100 edition or they're going to separate it once they start seeing that the player base is mad small. Like, this is by far the dumbest shit. So, I mean...
But it's Black Ops.
It doesn't matter if it's Black Ops.
It does. Because Black Ops games sell more than all the other.
It doesn't matter. At this point with Call of Duty, what's overtaking Call of Duty right now? Multiple games. And the fact that Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, which everyone was beasting for, where's that game at now? It ain't nowhere. So I wouldn't put it past me that this is going to be a complete failure. They're going to get their sales, of course. Everybody's going to want to play this. And another reason why they decided to come up with this was because they realized no one buys the second DLC pass of Call of Duty and often don't even buy the third. So they came up with this business model thinking like it'll work. It might backfire. I have a huge feeling like it might backfire and they might try to drop price on it.
You know what would have made this okay, but they would never do this because
nothing's gonna make it okay.
No. Wait.
Nothing okay.
No, I'm saying not that specific thing. I'm saying if they wanted to have an added-on $40 multiplayer or whatever, if they just made the base game, which is zombies and battle royale, free to play, then I don't think anybody would care. That's what I would have done.
Isn't this shit like in reverse? Like, shouldn't battle royale be the one behind?
Yes,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
Everybody about Call of Duty about like. I honestly think if it was the other way around, people like why there would be an outrage to pay $100 for battle royale, but like we're not really used to paying that in COD. So maybe. But here's
why I think they're not gonna. Here's why I think they didn't do that, because I think they're gonna have like skins and stuff for battle royale, so they're gonna want people to have at least something where they got to pay for shit on in the base game.
Crazy.
You gotta remember too, we gotta stop acting like COD by itself was what really skyrocketed everything. If we see all these pro teams literally telling them like, I'm not playing your game no more, I don't even want to be in your tournament no more, that's a big problem. Because most of like Infinite Warfare only was surviving because of the esports with COD. Other than that, shit was nobody was playing the game. It was so bad to the point they had to make custom sniper lobbies and all the other shit because they had 3,000 or 4,000 people playing it on the Xbox One version.
That's because that game was trash.
That's exactly. So my thing is, what's really keeping this game up and running is literally those, how you call it, the competitive side.
I think it's the name too. Like Black Ops 3 sold really well. I don't know what this last one sold, but I'm sure it didn't sell better than Black Ops 3. And the one prior to that, which was Infinite Warfare or whatever, I'm sure that shit didn't sell anywhere near as good as Black Ops. Like I said, Treyarch, they smart for doing it with Treyarch. They better be glad they didn't do it with this one, because nobody would have bought that shit. They can get away with it on only. I think they can only get away with it on Treyarch because, like, Call of Duty has this thing, and I've noticed this for years, and I'm sure y'all have noticed this too. Being in the Call of Duty community, you like one, so you like Call of Duty 4, then you buy World at War, and people hate that game, and then immediately after that game, Modern Warfare 2 comes out. Everybody loves that. So they've always had like a good, a bad. So like the last two, I can't really speak on this one specifically, but the last two were pretty bad. They were pretty shitty. So
it's crazy, man.
Now it's Black Ops. So it's like, oh, we got our hopes back up again. And I said, people gonna buy this shit, bro. You can't sit up here and tell me that people don't spend all this money on VC on 2K, Madden shit, Fortnite skins, and they're not gonna do this.
But
this is no different.
It's different.
I think Fortnite is a little bit different because
the fact that they put Battle Royale.
I mean, I guarantee you there's people that spend way more over $100 than Fortnite.
I know there's people, I have people in my friends that spend $200 on skins.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I know for a fact, even though, like, you can't say it's different because it's free.
No, that's different.
That's when I play.
It is different though.
Yeah, I definitely do think that it's different because it's free. Because like I don't have to pay $60. Don't get me wrong, I honestly do think that people use that it's free Fortnite thing a little bit too much. But at the same time, I gotta use it here. It's free, and they charging dudes $60, and then you trying to make me pay $100. So you trying to make me pay an extra $40 so I can play the traditional mode? Like, nah, I'm not really rocking.
You know why else this is a problem? Because we have games already, and I'm gonna use Fortnite again. The fact that they got several modes now, that they be adding little, fun modes and stuff like that, that regardless at the end of the day is free. Now, I do agree with Prof with saying the shit's going to sell in the beginning regardless, but here's the issue with what risk they're taking. They're not just looking for the stretch goal for making that much sales within this fiscal year of maybe like the first couple of months. They need to make sure that they can last a whole year cycle for Call of Duty. This shit's going to fuck them up like 4 months after Black Ops. Like because we think of it like, yeah, they're gonna make their money in the beginning. Yeah, people gonna definitely be stupid enough to pay $100, maybe $150 and $160, $70. But I think now the bigger issue is that shit ain't gonna sell later. Because Call of Duty normally makes a lot of sales mid-year too because of the DLC. They like to add a lot of different bundles to it. That shit's gonna be a huge problem. And then to see most of their fan base went to just like 2K, most of their fan base went over to Fortnite. It is very iffy, so they taking a risk. Regardless, it's gonna sell. I agree with Prof. It's gonna sell in the very beginning, but this shit is.
All I'm gonna say is Activision got some nuts, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I can't lie, bro. I'm still a part of that. No more Activision products.
Prof, you know what's even worse?
Activision is wild, son.
You know what's worse, Prof? The fact that they can't even show how Blackout looks right now because they can't even run a server test with more than 35 people to 40 people. Man, cut that out. And that's the mode we have to pay for $60. You should have been tested.
I don't think anybody else in gaming has the audacity and the nuts to do this.
I agree.
I think Activision is the only company that can try this, bro, and get away with it. Like they're the only, and they might not get away with it. Like Rick said, people might like mid-quarter, people might not be buying this shit, and they most likely will like lower the price. But they're the only company that I can't see. I can see EA doing this and failing horribly, and nobody would give a fuck. But Activision is the only company that can get away with it and succeed with it, and change the fucking game. And which they've already done that many years ago with adding microtransactions and they shit anyway. But like Activision got a lot of nuts, bro.
I mean,
I feel like Nintendo could try to do something like this.
You wild.
I mean, they did it with Infinite Warfare with the bundle, but how well did that game sell in comparison?
It only sold well because they were selling it for $1 during Black Friday. Remember that?
Right. I mean, how well is your game really doing if they felt the need to make a battle royale mode and try to compete with the other people that are doing it?
With a battle royale mode, I don't think that has anything to do with the game being good or bad. I just think you see the money in that idea.
I'm talking about the sales,
so you try to get
popularity. You see what battle royale's doing, and you want some of those people because you remember the days when you were number one, and now you see your fan base dwindling down. And even if you sell well in the beginning, your player base is shrinking so fast at this point that it's amazing. Like, I don't know if y'all seen how fast World War II, and I'm not gonna say the game is dead, but like it's pretty bad when everybody.
Do you consider
do
you consider Battlefield a successful series still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even they're doing battle royale though, so I don't think it's necessarily that our game is failing.
They're doing that. They're Battlefield sales aren't down. The player base isn't necessarily dwindling. They're not reaching out to try to recap some of the fans that they lost to other games. I think Call of Duty is trying to get people that they lost to Fortnite. 2K is trying to get people they lost to Fortnite. So I guess that's their thing. Like, okay, well, we see what they're doing. Let me go ahead and put it in the game. But at least Battlefield's still offering their campaign and their multiplayer and their battle royale.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
but let's keep it funky though.
And
they didn't do some wild shit to get battle royale.
There's no season pass on Battlefield, by the way. Everything is.
Oh no! Don't praise them for that. They got some other slick shit.
I know they got some other slick shit, but there's no season pass on the game, and there's no you can't. Can you buy levels on there, or can you buy upgrades or whatever?
I don't think
we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Right now, we don't know.
All right. Anyway,
we don't know yet. But look, I'll put it like this: it's bad because Battlefield. I trust that Battlefield can handle 100 people on the server. We used to have 60 on 60. I wouldn't put it past me. I don't knock that they could probably do it. Call of Duty hasn't shown that they can even have ground war working properly. It is sad to see that on PC, the community is dead. On PlayStation, with World War II, there's sometimes only 15,000 people playing currently to even 20,000. That was never the case with Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 used to average.
Right here today, we're going to be taking a look.
100,000 US players, and that's a little bit for those standards at that time. Yeah, and the fact that they got some nerve dropping this shit and they're making you. Matter of fact, let's do predictions.
But hey,
I have a feeling Blackout might be separate towards the end of the year for $30. And they're only selling 4 DLC skins for that
I
game.
think I made that abundantly clear.
So what do y'all think? Y'all think they're gonna separate Blackout later and start selling it for $30? I think so.
Well, like if the multiplayer, like if this multiplayer thing doesn't last about you having to pay $100, and if they bring it down to the $60 one, then I could definitely see what you're saying happening. Because yeah, I could definitely see it.
Life's fantastic.
I don't even care to make a prediction, man. This is just stupid.
It's more or less just to see like the business model right now for that. It's really not so good. It's very risky, but because it's Black Ops, that's gonna get people like, nah, but yo, I trust them better than anyone else right now. But
Black Ops Pass. Activision has announced that they are taking a new approach.
And I like Battle Royale games
with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. With that, they are introducing a new Black Ops Pass.
I'm just glad, like hearing all of this shit. I'm really just glad that I've definitely moved on from the Call of Duty franchise. Like,
I want to congratulate y'all and myself. Y'all got out of that movement fast. First was Prime.
That shit crazy.
Call of Duty people.
That's some bold shit to do.
Let's just change the name.
That's beyond bold. That's like, is it really bold or is it like super desperate?
Nah, that's
because when I look at it,
no, it's Activision. They doing well. They as far as
bold. Because like they know
I mean, they're doing well as far as because they have more than they have way more than just Call of Duty. Like they still have Destiny. They still have Overwatch is under Activision, right? That's still Activision Blizzard.
You said who's watching YouTube videos in the back? Yo, Chase, they're telling you to turn off the background.
I fixed it. Oh, my bad. Hey, J God, thank you, bro.
Niggas get second monitor. Don't know how to act, boy.
I didn't know if I was listening to a video that it was going.
Niggas get 2 monitors and violent now, boy.
Hey, really? Somebody said get off Pornhub. If I was on there, I really would have known that I was playing on the screen.
You
know, I would have heard some shit.
I'd have left and not spoke to you for at least a month. I ain't gonna lie. A word saying you watching porn before niggas in bet.
I don't know, yo, Chase. No wonder you be like, yo, no GMG today. Sick.
It couldn't be no worse than DSP. You know what? Let's move on. Let's move on.
Damn.
Hey yo.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Wow.
Damn.
Let's move on. Nah, I pulled up.
Hey, yo, he gonna say that it comes from yo. Let's move on.
I pulled up a video just to make sure, after we just ranted about it, that my information was correct. I didn't realize it was gonna play. My bad, fam. Exposed for what? Listen to a YouTube video?
Yeah, y'all wild.
Hey, yo, let's be honest. These dudes, they be here playing games during the podcast, man. They be here gaming.
How you gonna throw this right now, dog? Why you do that?
Oh, man, that's bullshit. These dudes be gaming. These dudes be on Fortnite and shit.
Big facts, son.
I'm on UFC right now.
Yo, there's plenty of times I didn't be like, wait, what were you talking about?
You gotta talk to them, you gotta bring us down with you, man.
Yo,
in peace, like, nah.
Turn my
I was just about to start playing Mario Kart.
Y'all can hear me good, right?
What up,
I'm over here creating to play on NHL. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You play NHL?
Last time I played Mario Kart, Prop body me, so I can't really talk shit.
Hey,
no more.
Stacks, I couldn't get there this year. Had to go to a family function in California. Anyway, let me read these donations real quick. We're gonna move on.
Look it up. Send the nigga looking up dick gummy recipes.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to Silver. He donated $25. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. Game Hunter with the donation. Artaz9. Hey, the pocket change will come handy. Thank you, bro. Jerry S. Turner. Dude's really out here named Jerry. Said that about himself. Latrell Yancey.
I ain't clowning
Dude's out here really named Jerry.
Long live Cody. Long live the playlist gang. Thank you, bro. High Def Ronin. I'm trying to be the purpose on Bliss. Put me in. I got you.
He called him xChaseMoney.
That nigga Chase definitely, he definitely Frank Lucas does beat. Like, He definitely sat at the table and was like, "What you want? What you want? What you got? You want judge?" That nigga
Chase, turn your
wild.
volume up a little bit.
My volume? It's max.
Yeah.
I can't raise it no higher. Can I just lower y'all? I'm just lower y'all a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Jari Barber, better start selling ass if you want COD. Facts. Prodigy of the Fallen. That's Activision and Treyarch lost their goddamn man. They keep that shit anyway. Glad to see y'all back, squad. Thank you, bro.
It's not Treyarch, son. It's Activision.
No, it's never on the studio. It's almost never.
Always
on the studio.
Activision.
Yeah, I found out. I can't say much, but I found out like some of these devs hate to implement this shit because they don't get money from this.
They don't got no choice, man. When your boss tell you
Like
do it
the
and shut up, what
bullshit.
you gonna do about it?
Like
Yeah,
microtransactions and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, I
Yo,
know.
Trent, I spoke to some people, bro. I'll tell you after, but I spoke to some people. They hate that shit.
Yeah,
They're
Why
like,
why you
refuse, they
think
get
why
fired.
you think the majority of those people left Destiny 1?
Yeah, and that's why Bungie's leaving Activision in the first place.
Right, like
Wait, they are?
Yeah,
you ain't got no choice, bro. You signed a deal with the devil when you go to Activision.
Wait,
bro.
they're leaving Activision?
yeah, they're trying to leave Activision. They're trying to get some funding from some company in China.
Oh, I would have put it past. I think they could. I'm pretty sure they could.
But yeah, fuck it. I mean, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it.
All right, let's talk about
Except when it comes to Spider-Man, though, you know.
Yeah,
let's talk about
that is Activision, isn't it?
these here. I got the wrong overlay on here and everything. My God, guys, there it is.
Yeah,
And that's the wrong
overlay
one
drop.
again, yo.
Yo, shout outs to us though. We using Discord too for the first.
Yo, big facts. And it works well too.
Yeah,
There you
like,
go.
y'all ain't even peeped that. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't
They ain't even know what it is.
They ain't even know that we moved on up
All
in
right,
the world.
let's start with the Ubisoft.
That's just already just nigga. Next.
Hold
Yo,
up, Ubisoft show Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah.
let's
Ricky, what
start.
you
Let's
doing?
start with the Ubisoft. What happened?
Oh, he got a knockout.
Ricky, you gonna
Oh,
is you gonna pay
oh.
attention?
Hold on. Look. Come on, bitch.
Oh, wait,
He tried
what?
to cheat me. He tried to cheat me. Look, he wanted to grab me. Bitch.
Yo, why he trying to replay, yo?
It's not in Sports Center.
Hey yo, why you get uppercut? Hey yo, why you uppercut him like Mortal Kombat?
Ooh.
And you playing online?
Yo, you got uppercutted off the ground.
Yo, Chase sound disgusted. He said, "And you playing online?"
Look at Chase shake his head though.
Using my bandwidth, nigga.
Yeah, Chase, you got the flow.
All right, let's
Y'all
talk
gonna
about the EA or the Ubisoft conference. Who wants to go first? Let me see if I can tell everybody the game.
Can I go first? Can I go
I don't
first?
even. Yeah, can you say that? I don't even remember what they showed except for like Beyond Good and
They
Evil.
announced. And
Okay.
a sequel to
Okay.
I he started to do it from SpongeBob. Yo,
Yeah, he do, yo. Yo, can I get up? Oh, so you went up and up.
Where is the? All right, let me see if I can find it.
Everybody say you want. Yo.
That's it. That's all they announced.
What did They showed Dance
I
Dance.
actually gotta go back and look at you.
No, I got a
I
list.
actually
I have a
missed it.
list.
I was an EA
Okay.
player.
They showed. If I can get down there. There we go, Microsoft.
He said they showed Dance. I'm glad I ain't watched.
They did show.
I think they showed. I think that's what they showed us.
Okay.
Started off
I
with.
always
Alright.
show Dance.
So, let me go to the gameplay real quick. See if I can put this up here. If I have some footage, I don't know if I have some footage.
Wait, are they who showed Fake Skate, or is that somebody else?
That was EA. That was EA.
Wasn't it?
Oh wait, that was Microsoft.
That was Microsoft. That was Microsoft because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
EA. Then
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Okay, the Division 2 was announced. So they have the Division 2. They have some.
Hold on. What? Who went first?
I
Microsoft.
think no
Microsoft.
EA.
EA
No,
went.
EA,
Oh,
yeah,
EA,
is first.
but I don't
Yeah,
really count EA though.
EA is
I
the
don't
reason
count
why I
EA
missed a
or
lot of the
Ubisoft,
conferences.
bro.
Cause like I was about to say, do you want to do it in that order? Cause like
We could have.
Ubisoft like showed like I think Division 2 or whatever, but like Microsoft showed that shit as well. Like,
Well,
it,
I was just going by what I had like on the list on the screen. That's the only reason why I'm starting with Ubisoft. All right, so they showed the Division 2. They showed Skull and Bones. They showed a For Honor expansion. I'm not even going to say anything about that. They showed.
Wait, what they show? What'd you say?
For Honor
expansion. They
Oh,
showed.
why?
The Crew 2. They showed a game called Transference, and then they had some Mario Rabbids DLC as well. So let me just pull up. Here we go. Beyond Good and Evil 2. They also showed
Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's my shit.
And Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'll go. So Ubisoft's conference, I wasn't expecting nothing amazing anyway, to be honest with you. As far as Beyond Good and Evil 2, it looks good. I didn't play the first one, so I'm probably going to play that before the new one comes out. The Division 2, they announced that they're going to have 8-player raids, which probably they didn't have raids in the first one?
That's what I'm saying. They did, but it was only like
4 player.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8-player raids, I guess that's cool. You'll be able to party up with more people this time around. They announced free DLC for Division 2.
I think the difference is they said it's going to be like day one.
Yeah.
So you could do it like versus like Division.
Oh yeah, they did play
one
Star
where it
Fox
was
and
like
Starlink.
6-7 months later.
They announced that they're going to be 3 or 4 episodes and that they're going to be free, and they're going to roll out additional story content and stuff like that as they go. The gameplay, the story looks better this time around. The gameplay looks better, but considering the stuff that Ubisoft's done, I gotta wait till the full game comes out because their gameplays and trailers always look great, and they're ripping doors off of cars and all that. And then you get the game, it's not like that. I hope it's not the case, but it is a possibility with this game. It looks like they put more energy into the story. There wasn't much.
It looked like the enemies were easier to kill too.
It did look easier. To me, it looks like an improved Division 1. Maybe they'll take care of the content part that they maybe didn't do year 1 on the first Division this time around. It looks like I'm gonna get it, but
what was like? Because you said the story looked better.
The story does look better.
What is it about?
I think this
Is
is
it
7
shit?
months after the first Division.
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
A lot of the infection has cleared up, but now there's like another battle that's going on between factions and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I have from the story. I need to look up some more stuff. I was only able to watch the conference. I did, I watched all those today, so I didn't get to look at like individual gameplays too much. But it looks a lot like the first game. The AI looks about the same in the way they respond and move. So
I like the area, DC.
Yeah.
It looks like scenery looks nice. Like, not that New York didn't look nice, but New York. If I'm being real, like, that shit was like mad dirty.
It was always
Like,
gray and just.
shit was like
nasty.
New York, yo. Like it had no real scenery, bro. Like it's just snow everywhere, rats and dirt everywhere. Like this one looks like, you know what I'm saying? It has nicer scenery, nicer environment.
We got some green trees.
So what y'all talking about? The Division Wildlands 2 again?
I guess.
Oh, okay. That's all I gotta say.
All right. I dislike the fact that this game looks like it could have just been a patch in the Division 1. Like the UI looks the same, the movement looks the same, gunfights look the same, AI looks the same. Everything just looks the exact same. It just looks like it was just slight improvements in like enemy health and a new environment, I guess. But it looks like it could have like legitimately been DLC for the first Division.
If I'm being real, I don't mind that as long as there's more to do in this game.
I mean, yeah, I don't mind it,
Because
but
I don't want them to completely rehaul the game and make it like Destiny 2 and it's completely different than the first one. Like,
yeah,
I don't mind. I would like the movement to be a little bit faster, and obviously I don't want the enemies to be as bullet spongy as before. But the biggest issue with Division 1 for me was just the lack of doing anything. It was just after you went to the dark zone and killed a bunch of niggas, after you beat the story, it was like, all right, I'm bored. So then later, months after people stopped playing it, they released raids and they released like, you know, like a semi-battle royale mode, I guess. And like, I just want more to do, more to grind, and overall a better story. I don't want to fight a helicopter again. Save that for the raids. Because if anybody played the raids, they know that like the raid in Division, at least the first one, like you fought like big ass like tanks and shit. I'm with Chase on that. I'm not a big fan of always fighting big ass helicopters and shit for main bosses. Like, give me a single target.
That's
That's
such a
fair.
cop out. Like,
Yeah, it's just like there's no thought process behind it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Boy, who on a typewriter?
That's me. My fault. But
I don't know if I'm.
did they say anything about the Dark Zone? My fault, Trey.
Nah, I'm sure it's still gonna be there.
I mean, I didn't really watch Ubisoft's conference. I missed that, but I definitely did look at the Assassin's Creed trailer. But with Division 2, like I don't really like. I guess like 1 didn't grasp my attention enough. I don't know if I even care enough to give 2 a chance. I tried to watch the trailer right now. My computer just blue screen, so maybe that's a sign. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know.
Yeah, this dude aim sucks though in this. Damn.
I mean, I am liking the fact that they're dropping like extremely quick.
Yeah.
But-
But it didn't really take that much to kill the red enemies, right?
No, not really.
Are these going to be like? Are there going to be actual bosses with like personalities and real names and stuff this time, or am I just going to fight?
Nah, you're gonna keep fighting the dude in the hoodie again,
Just
dog.
gonna
Yo,
fight.
my man's name was Tron.
I think I fought a guy named Joe, and Joe had
Yo,
like 7
Joe,
bars
they
of health.
had Michael that was in the Dark Zone. Like, bro, they had all type of dudes, bro. Like, they definitely improved and upgraded different gadgets. You can tell by looking at it.
Okay.
Skull and Bones. Let's talk about it because what I saw was a lot of people were saying that a lot of these people didn't want Sea of Thieves to be good just because they don't like Xbox.
Yeah.
So they were looking for a game that could be like Sea of Thieves that was available for them. And then we saw Skull and Bones. Was that E3 last year where they showed?
Yeah, they showed it E3
I
last
think
year.
it was, and I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I don't even care about like people disliking what's that game you just said? On Xbox?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of
Sea of
Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves. But then when they showed this, I definitely started laughing. I was like, damn, imagine developing Sea of Thieves and you see this shit last year.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I was hyped. I was actually really looking forward to Sea of Thieves when I first saw the footage a couple years ago, and then we bought the game. The game is ass, straight up and down garbage. You people, whoever mad could be mad. That shit's trash. But I was interested in Skull and Bones just because, like, you know, another online pirate game where you party up with friends sounds dope. So I look at the footage, and anybody that's been a fan, or maybe even if you're not a fan, anybody that's played Assassin's Creed, you know, any of the last 4, maybe 5 games, there was a lot of like the sea and ships were a big part of the story. Ship fights.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I'm not saying this game is only that, but it looks to me to be a standalone multiplayer Assassin's Creed ship game. Like
I think that's what it is.
The gameplay looks and feels. Well, I didn't play it, but it looks like it. The animations and everything, and just like the way you interact with the world and the other ships looks very similar to Assassin's Creed. There are some stuff in this game, some things in this game that are brand new, and there's a lot more levels. But at the end of the day, it looks like basically Assassin's Creed ships standalone with friends. That's my opinion.
I mean,
I was expecting a little bit more or something a little bit different. I don't know. Go ahead,
I mean, like if it's like the way that you described it, because I definitely do like the ship parts of Assassin's Creed. I could see myself playing it, but I don't know for how long. And with friends, that would sound dope, but I don't know how long I'm gonna play a ship.
You don't get off the boat at all, right, in that game?
I don't think so. I feel like if it's a pirate game, you should be able to go and invade other people's boats.
So I can see myself playing it not long
that
at
game.
all.
Listen, that game looks. Let's just keep it honest. That shit looks so trash. You can't get out the boat, bro. As far as all the gameplay that I've watched, I haven't seen nobody get out.
You
that
don't
boat.
get out the boat. That shit's trash.
Maybe you know what? I think TBH is still in the comments. Matter of fact, look, he just wrote C. He said Skull of Sleep.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
I would just like to say, out of all the games I saw with ship fights, Kingdom Hearts had the best looking ship fights that I've seen.
Goddamn shame.
Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts was way better than Sea of Thieves or Skull and Bones in terms of ship fight, and that's not even like, I don't know, that shit is crazy to me.
Let me see if I can
That's
make
what
this
I'm
full
saying,
screen
like-
for a second so they can see it a little bit better.
Well, do you at least get the? I just seen the part when they aborted other people's ship. Do I at least control my character when we board the ship and kill a couple people with my knife?
I
or
think
something?
so.
Like, yeah, even that is like Assassin's Creed. You go, you destroy the ship, and then you jump on and you seize all the stuff on there, and then convert some people to your crew.
So what if you need new stuff? Like, what if I need like new sales and stuff? I can't go to a town and
That's
buy a
just not how
sale.
the game works, I guess.
Hell no, the Loch Ness Monster give it to you.
Is there a way? Hold on, premium scaling. Boom.
That shit sounds
Alright,
trash. You can't get off the boat. I don't want to play a game like that.
Boom.
Yeah,
I
like,
may play that for only maybe like 30 minutes and get completely bored of that.
I wouldn't play because
I'll play a beta.
True.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. It sucks to say this. Y'all probably different from me, but all their games look too damn similar, man. I ain't even excited about shit with Ubisoft, bro.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
little bit.
It sucks because like their storylines or the concepts be fire as hell, but everything goes back to square one where we have to make the story. All of a sudden, when Assassin's Creed, you make the story. That's just to tell you that they ain't shit in that game.
That's why that's Ricky tweeted that. I think he's like that's where developers fuck up because if it's up to us to make the story, that means there's no character development or shit like that.
Like you just gave us another open space and you add certain things in the game that really was unnecessary, and then now we got to be the person to make the game. Remember, they did that with Syndicate. Well, with Syndicate, they never really explained the backstory of the father, if I'm not mistaken. They just had the brother and sister, but everyone assumed like, oh my god, we're gonna have some crazy development with that. No.
So since
And the
you
fact
said
that they're letting you be a
let me pull up
Say it
Assassin's Creed. No, since y'all talking
Man,
about
listen.
let me pull up Assassin's Creed.
I didn't even know they said that shit.
say it again, bro. My bad.
I didn't even know they said that. Like, it's up to you to make the story.
Yeah, man. Like I'm
Listen,
tired
brother,
of games doing Destiny.
If it's up for me to make a goddamn story, then don't charge me $60 to make my own goddamn story.
Big fat.
Motherfucker, make me pay $0, nigga. I make my own story in Fortnite, nigga. Me and my niggas go do tilted and put
if you make the story, then I should be getting paid for
it.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Smell me, nigga. Like, I should be able to put some of this. Yo, Ricky, come download this shit I just beat, nigga. I just made this map real quick. Go ahead and find Ezio, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Like when you add that, all I think about is generated content, and it's not going to be as different as your experience. Like,
yeah,
they're
that
going to have a
just
couple of
pissed me
choices.
off, bro. Like, now I'm thinking, how the fuck I pay $60 for me to make some shit? Nigga, I pay $60 for me to play and enjoy some shit. What?
It's not like we're playing. It's not like we're playing a sandbox. It's not like we're playing Gary's mod that we get to create our own shit. Like it's not like that. So you put us in this world, yeah, and there's dialogue going on. But the fact that you said that we get to create the story, I'm only assuming now there's gonna be a few choices in that game. I'm not 100%, and I don't know. TBA said he played Odyssey and liked it. I mean, I'm not into it. So and
Did you like the gameplay, or did you just like the?
I like the gladiator looking gameplay. It looked kind of lit.
Well,
That's it.
This shit don't even look like Assassin's Creed to me anymore, though.
As a person that really like Origins, I'm going to definitely get this game. But I really wanted them to take a year off. Every other year is better than every year when it comes to this game. I didn't
Like-
know how much of a difference we
This
would
shit don't
get.
look bad.
Why you? But it doesn't look bad. But why you assassin with a big ass helmet on, fighting in the middle of a?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't really have an
no,
issue with that. I forgot to mention, you get to pick one of two characters, and then you have to use them for the whole game. So you can't switch characters in between.
Here's my issue with
I
it.
like the combat how it looks.
Just make a new
I'm
IP
looking how
and
it's
don't
looking,
call
I'm
it
not gonna lie.
Assassin's Creed.
Here's my thing, like yo, it's saying there's a lot of games, man, where Assassin's Creed, y'all got better history with Assassin's Creed. Let me know what the hell is Assassin about this shit.
That's what Dub
I'm
is
waiting.
saying.
Well, yeah, but this isn't
I
this isn't
agree
really
with
the footage to go off.
Nah,
of.
he's agreeing with me.
I'm agreeing with Dub. Like, just like with Call of Duty at this point, I remember BG made a good point. He was like, yo, at this point, why are we even calling it Call of Duty? Like, we know why, but
Like,
that's
yo,
what I'm
if I'm being real, yo, I'll probably fuck around and get this.
I
Only
definitely
for the
like
simple fact that I love Greek mythology.
Yeah, me too. Like that's
That'd probably be the only reason why I haven't played Assassin's Creed since when you was the white Indian nigga, which was like I don't remember that.
Oh man, you played with Conqueror dudes.
Yeah, there you go. That's literally the last Assassin's Creed I played. I've had no real interest in buying this game every year. I really wanted to play the last one though. I'm not.
I just want to see the story end.
I like. So I'm cool. I'm cool with them delving into those types. Of, Egypt. Like I really wanted to play it. Egypt was fire to me, and then like Greece, that's fire too. But what the next one gonna be? Africa. Like where we going? Like in the next one?
One thing about me, I love when games like go into areas that's not really like overly populated. Like, one thing about games, they always tend to stay in those same areas. So since this is going there, and I don't really see too many games in it, like with the Spartans and stuff like that, I'm definitely interested. So I'm kind of liking how it's looking so far.
Man, what's up, Ubi? Let's go to Japan next. What's up, nigga?
Why haven't we been in Japan yet?
Let's be samurais in the next Assassin's Creed, my G.
Here's my only it's like Japan would be perfect because you have the whole ninjas fighting the samurai.
Facts. Let's get it.
Like why don't we? But here's my only gripe with Assassin's Creed, right? And I say this every time we talk about this game. Assassin's Creed at first it had a story. We were I forget the guys. We were Desmond. And we're trying to save the world from whatever the hell was supposed to happen to the world and all the gods and shit. Where did all of that go? I just want to see the story end. That's all I want. I just want to see what happens in the rest of the story, but it's never gonna happen again. So what's the point of even?
No end of the story, but
yeah, it's no end of the story. So what's the point of making an Assassin's Creed when you could just make it to just say, all right, we're not making Assassin's Creed no more. Here's our new game, fucking Gladiator Warrior people. I don't know.
So I have a question, and I don't want to make it seem like anything negative for us. I'm just asking the question. I think TBH touched on the game more. Obviously, he played the game, so he probably knows. I read an article. They said that the male is a gay character and the female is just a regular female. So I don't know what kind of character development they bring in with the character. So once again, with Origins, because Chase, I told you I didn't really play too much of it. Did the character, was it you make your own story, or was it there was an actual background to him?
It was a good story. You play as mostly Bayek, a guy, and you play as his wife or his girlfriend. You do have a couple chapters where you play as her, and she doesn't have the same skills and stuff, and it just switched back and forth. But on Origins,
I like that gameplay.
The ship, you didn't get to just go and get on the ship and just go places. There was only like 2 chapters where it was required for you to do that, and once you finished that, you never got to get back in the ship again. But yeah, it was just 2 normal characters basically, one for the majority and the other one for just a couple missions. Yeah, the story doesn't make sense anymore. Like the animus and the way everything's supposed to tie together, it all got lost with 3 after 3. I'm getting this game.
I like the game.
I'm definitely getting this game though.
I'm liking the gameplay.
I think I'm gonna try to get this.
Because arms and limbs fall off of this shit. Because like they don't.
I think this is gonna be the first Assassin's Creed that I play again, but I still want my
I think you should play the last one, because the thing with the last one is that, like I've definitely been on Ubisoft's case for games like the other Assassin's Creeds and for Far Cry's and all that, for giving us busy work, and then having all these side quests that don't really
he's trying to run away.
Yeah, they don't do anything for the story. But on Origins, they had like sub-stories, side quests that were like fully voice acted with like full cutscenes, and there was like really stuff that was cool to
Origins.
So it's kind of like a lesser.
Out of all the Assassin's Creeds, to me, Origins seemed like it changed the movie.
It did. The combat is better too. I love
actually change. Like when I was watching gameplay and niggas fighting Anubis and shit, bro, I'm like, yo, this is the raw shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, I like the combat. It's like
then the little Hawk or whatever, you know what I'm saying, switching in between that, like that. I feel like that game. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted to get that game.
And it's harder.
It seemed like really good and interesting.
Yeah, it's a harder game. You don't have a HUD, because the other Assassin's Creed games, you have a radar, you have the red little indicators to let you know where enemies are positioned, and I think in some cases they would even show you which direction they were pointed. Well, you don't have any of that stuff on here, on Origins. It don't look like it's on here either. They raised the difficulty a little bit.
As long as I don't got to run around collecting flowers for an outfit, I'm Gucci.
No, you don't. But I don't. Maybe we'll have to get to sea shanties again. We'll have to chase the pages of the sea shanties, bro. I was fucking with the sea shanties was better than some of them games.
Like I barely I'm not gonna say I barely, but like, yo, my bugging was Assassin's Creed about aliens.
Kind of, sort of.
Because I remember like doing the codex and like I don't remember which Assassin's Creed it was.
Probably.
I just remember like it was like aliens. I was like, wait, where do we? What? Where did we get here?
Because the guys were supposed to be aliens with high tech technology.
Okay, yeah, because I knew I wasn't tripping. Like I thought I was tripping for a minute. Like, wait, I swear I remember them talking about like when you found all the codecs or whatever. I was like mad confused.
That's what that whole the Apple had a lot to do.
Yeah,
with
the Apple eating shit. Yeah. Okay.
Just so everybody knows, though, I'm not saying this game is trash or anything. I just want to like get an original. I just want to get the original story back. That's all I want.
It's not gonna happen, man. They've
Like,
gone too
not.
far.
It'll never
Don't get me
happen.
wrong, things change over time. I just became someone who gets sick and tired of like errand boy missions.
But that's
games,
open
and
world games, period.
No,
Though.
that's open world. No, absolutely, that's open world games, period. But imagine being fatigued by Ubisoft games because almost all their games have transitioned over to being more open world than linear. So like, it sucks because like I told you guys, I used to be a huge fan of Ghost Recon. They have obviously went the PvE route and all this other stuff. But then some of their games, you got to do people favors after favors. And because remember, look at what happened with us with Far Cry 5. We was hit each other up. Go, shit's lit, shit's fire. What happened midway, bro? I forgot that there was bosses and there was an actual story because, they threw me up for the story. I'm hoping this one, because I'm actually really liking the gameplay. I'm liking that. I didn't even get a chance to watch gameplay from that.
Well,
it looked really good.
If it's like Origins, I think it's going to be a good game. I was expecting a lot from Far Cry 5 because of how much they improved with Origins, and Far Cry 5 didn't really deliver. And I just didn't like the flow of the game. We already talked about that. It was all over the place. I'm walking around and just waking up somewhere and doing a story quest. You can't do that, bro.
I suggest y'all go to TBH's GI channel because I think I watched that too as well. Actually, yeah, I did watch it. He was explaining a lot because he played a lot of Ubisoft games. So if you guys are interested, he kind of broke it down with his team, and on his main channel as well. So if you guys want to check that out, because I was really
Assassin's Creed.
Well, Ubisoft games, period. He got hands-on, so if you guys are interested.
I'm reading those donations right after the next topic, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Let's move on. Oh, wait.
What happened to Avatar?
I forgot. Was that Ubisoft's?
Yeah.
That's what
Wait,
I'm
Avatar
saying.
was Ubisoft?
Yeah, there was a Avatar
movie and game.
Like, it was supposed to be a big project. They talked about it. Was that last year or the year before last year? It was last year. You're right. All right, before we move on. Sony, what?
I'm not tripping, right? Wasn't Ubisoft working on the Avengers game?
That's
Square Enix.
Oh,
they didn't even announce that.
They didn't even show that, right? Because I was like, yo, where the hell is that shit at?
I was looking for it. They didn't show shit about that. They didn't even talk about it. Not even a mention.
What did you all like about the Ubisoft conference? We have to kind of...
Mine is quick, so I can go first. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Just because of the fact that when they first showed Beyond Good and Evil 2, they said there was going to be a prequel, and they said it was supposed. I don't even know what they were talking about because it's super early in development. But now it seems like it's going to be a sequel and it's going to continue more in the story. Although there's still some unanswered questions about that game, it's still a lot of promise. The cutscene was super good, and I like where they seem to be going with the gameplay for that. And Beyond Good and Evil 1 was one of my favorite games. Probably one of the first games I beat. So, yeah.
Okay.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I'm probably just gonna have to go with that, just because that's something new for me. The rest of this stuff I was already expecting. That Transference game was interesting. I need to watch some more footage on that. I'm still a little bit confused about that game.
Was Transference the dude who didn't talk? No, that was something.
It was like a horror or a thriller game, kind of. This guy's dad was like crazy or whatever. I need to like really watch because all I seen was like that short little demo they showed on the stage. I didn't get to see any other gameplay. So that's something for me to check out. And Beyond Good and Evil 2 looked pretty good.
I like horror games, so I should probably look at whatever it is.
The Division, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Far Cry, those four have entered a place where no matter what they show, even though I'm most likely going to buy the game and probably enjoy it, I'm never going to be like...
You got Watch Dogs on that list?
No, I'm just saying...
Didn't Ubisoft show like Donkey Kong, like Rabbids?
Mario Rabbids.
Mario Rabbids. And they also have Star Fox and Starlink.
Yeah. But I'll never get like hyped about those four games I say because I'm kind of expecting them at this point. Okay. So I'm more looking forward to the...
Wait, what games you talking about?
Watch Dogs, any Watch Dogs, any Far Cry, any Assassin's Creed, and any Division games. Like those four.
So then you gotta say that you gotta have that same energy with Gears of War, Halo, and Forza.
Not necessarily, because I didn't play much Gears until Gears 4.
Oh, you saying that you not that excited?
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm gonna get all the games.
It's only been 2 Watch Dogs.
Huh?
It's only been 2 Watch Dogs.
I know, but I'm just saying, like if they
ain't been
announce
nothing to
one,
brag about neither.
it's nothing for me to like get excited about because I'm expecting those to be come out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Ricky.
Well,
Trey, go ahead.
my bad.
Go ahead.
Well, since I really didn't watch it, I guess in the only thing but from what I've seen, I really like how Assassin's Creed looks. So I guess it might be it for me.
Yeah, I'm probably the same thing with him, to be honest. Like, it was wild is like last year, was it last year or the year before last? When they first showed was it Skull and Bones? I was really geeked by that shit. I'm not even gonna stunt. Like, I was super excited for that game. And then, like, now I just don't give a fuck about it. So, like, the only exciting thing about the game was, like, the Kraken that they showed. And I was like, okay, that seemed like it would be kind of lit. Other than that, like, I really don't give a fuck about it. So I'm with it. Like, and I'm not even an Assassin's Creed dude like I once upon a time was. But, like, you taking me to fucking Greece, I'm down.
I'm just waiting on Japan Assassin's Creed.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
I hope it don't happen next year for the love
That shit
of
sound
God.
like
I will, to be honest with
that
you.
sound fire.
Just 2 years, man. Give us 2 years.
Sound fire.
Tomb Raider 2 years seems to work better.
Yo, you know what? I'm with you, B. 2 years because we got Ghost of Tsushima or whatever, and then we got
that
we
game
gon'
is
let's load
then we got the
fire.
Sekiro game too. Yeah, it's too. They got too many.
Yeah, Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, they got too much fire coming out. They're gonna have to wait for 2 years. But,
And that's from FromSoft too. People who made why am I forgetting? It's Dark Souls.
From software.
Ricky, what'd you like?
You want me to be real or fake?
We're gonna be disrespectful. Come on, man.
Be a
I
little
like
bit of both. Be a little bit. Of both.
I like the end of the conference. When
You
they
didn't like
ended the show.
anything in the conference?
Bro, I tell you, have you ever heard me preach anything so far about Ubisoft with the upcoming E3? I told you, man, I play all their games and I feel like I get the same shit back. Not even bugs. I just feel like shit gets so repetitive for me.
I feel like you like Beyond Good and Evil too,
they be
just
having
because
the
it's so
same bugs,
different
too.
from the rest of their.
I actually did not see Beyond Good and Evil 2.
I feel like you like it.
I was
That's a
so
lot
busy.
different.
That
I don't think a lot of
I
us
just
touched
backed
that
away.
game before. And I remember seeing that before, and that shit looked fire, but I didn't see it again.
They send me their games, but I let them know what's up, man. I'll be like, yo, man, y'all shit fucking whack.
So you don't have no fun on those?
Hey, at least if you ain't anything, you honest.
I have.
guy.
The thing is, I was having mad fun with Far Cry 5, and I started noticing, like, homeboy, like, dog, why am I doing the same shit over and over? And the missions got mad boring. And then they made you do, like, all this shit just to fight Jacob, Joseph, and his steps. Like, I'm done.
That
with
ending
that.
though.
What about let me ask you.
AI was
Starlink
bugged.
Dead look
What did
fire.
you think about this is old as fuck, right? But what did you think about For Honor?
I remember we was addicted. That shit was fun.
Yeah, For Honor was fire until they ruined it.
So what I'm asking is like if they do a For Honor 2.
I missed Starlink. Did anybody
No.
see that? I must have missed
Starlink,
it.
yeah. Starlink is it's a game that has Star Fox in it. It's like
Yeah, that's what he just said.
It's
That's
a
what Desmond
dogfighting
said.
game.
Hey, yeah.
Actually, no, I would play For Honor now. Like, I would still play the DLC now.
Well, you know it was free. Like the whole was free. Like they just gave it away for free like a few days ago.
Didn't they break their own game with a character they couldn't patch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It was 2 of them. I think you did say that.
That's
before.
just
That's crazy.
trash. So I wouldn't play that shit, dog.
I feel
My
like
thing-
they made the second character to try to counter the first character, and they both.
You'll be surprised about how much people are going back to that game now.
Well, I don't actually. I wouldn't know because I'm like, look, this is my biggest problem. So to answer your question, yeah, I would probably get a For Honor 2 because that'll be like a new stage for
You know
people to
what's
get back
coming.
on
though.
online.
It's gonna.
No, all right, no. Regardless if it's coming, here's the reason why I stopped playing. When the shit got broken and people was using those 2 characters, Shorty with the stick. Matter of fact, 3, Shorty with the sticks. I forgot her name. Dude with the big ass axe, which was OP, and you couldn't break his joint. And then Homegirl with the 2 damn fucking shits that even on esports it was broken. When I started
Wait, you
noticing
talking
everybody
about
was
the main people?
no,
You
there
talking
were,
about
there were
the
extra
girl
characters.
with the daggers? Oh, okay.
There was another one, and you couldn't go. Everyone was using them online, and I couldn't even break through it, bro. It got so tiring. I just said, no, fuck it. We all stopped playing at the same time.
Yeah, I liked For Honor. The reason why I brought it up is just because, like I said, I've been seeing a lot more people playing it, and they just gave it away.
Bro, I was on.
Like as far as Ubi goes, like I don't have a hatred for them at all. I agree with you to a certain extent. A lot of the games play and feel very similar, but there are also some differences, especially the single player versus the multiplayer game. So like, I'm gonna get Division 2. I'm sure we all are. We'll probably play that.
They won.
No, I ain't buying
The bad. What is it? Bad. I was about to say bad means
You made me buy it twice. So I'm not buying it.
I'll definitely cop that. Like, I'm down. Like, I haven't given up on Ubisoft. It's not no more Ubisoft. But
I think they're a good company. I just, they bring out so many games. Sometimes it's hard to stay. Like, even if For Honor didn't have all those problems, they still had like other games. They have that. They have Rainbow. They have the Division.
It's like they can only focus
Rainbow Six.
I feel like they can only focus on one game at a time.
I feel like all of their games are super whatever.
And they're like huge games too. Like, and I mean, like the worlds. You know what I mean? Like, the Assassin's Creed map is huge. The Rainbow Six map is. I'm sorry. The Ghost Recon map is big. Rainbow Six is super competitive, so people play that all the time.
Rainbow Six is fire, actually. I love Rainbow Six.
Yeah, it's just
Rainbow
like
Six
they have so many games.
Am I going there though?
It's hard to play that, and then you still play like Call of Duty and 2K and Live and Madden and Overwatch. It's hard to play all the games, man.
I'm gonna be honest. If I could have a like if we had like we should add in like what disappointed you.
Well, I have that on the list. Yeah.
No announcement of Splinter Cell. Like,
I was just that's actually
that's
true. That's
that was a game I was like, because I remember, if you remember last E3, son, I will never forget this, bro. They played the noise that it makes in the beginning of the game, and like they were showing like games that they were working on or upcoming. In the last E3, they definitely fucking played that noise, B, and I was like, "Ooh, let's get it, nigga. We about
actually they teased it in.
My nigga Sam Fisher coming back, man." And nah, bro, they ain't shooting Nathan.
Yo, TBH, I do play Rainbow. I do. I get beasted. Don't get me wrong, but I like Rainbow Six.
Rainbow is
hard. But I don't think Ricky plays
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
People still play Overwatch.
I don't think Ricky plays Rainbow on PC like that.
It's because I got all the DLC and stuff like that on console. But
he doesn't play it on PC.
I have it on PC though. I have it on PC. But here's my thing. With Ubisoft, it's not even just like their games, sometimes feel similar. It's bad to the point where you'll play Assassin's Creed and the UI seems very similar to Far Cry, and then all of a sudden the unlockables and everything seem cheesy as shit. Now I noticed with Far Cry 5 that they had like you get some cheesy ass ammo,
worst upgrades,
worst upgrades ever, and then you can purchase actual money and they like.
There's only one game I can think of with worse upgrades than Far Cry 5. Y'all ready? Quantum Break, yo.
Ooh!
I beat that game twice without upgrading my character.
What game is that?
Yo, hey, I can't wait till we get to the Sony conference because there's basically a Quantum Break.
I said that, bro. I tweeted that whole house like, yo, this is Quantum Break with Sony.
So
I said, yo, this shit like Quantum Break.
It's called Control, I believe.
Yeah.
It's exactly like.
That's Sony Quantum Break. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the same exact studio.
If you was,
that's from Remedy Games.
Yeah. If you was talking about Quantum Break, I don't want to see you excited for Control because people do that stuff. Any other thing, just real quick, because we're gonna talk about Bethesda's conference, or that won't take long. Sony people. It is time for you to step forward and claim your prize. They was teasing Xbox people about having no exclusives because their games was on PC for longer.
On PC,
and we all said we're going to start seeing more and more third-party studios put their games on PlayStation and PC. And now look what's happening. They getting goddamn Yakuza. They got Nier, Neo. They getting a whole bunch of games that were considered Sony exclusives are now on PC. So now for all those people, you're going to have to really go back and have different conversations because I think a lot of these studios don't want to miss out on the revenue that's on PC. So I think
so all of the new Yakuzas, like when they come out,
I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are going over. It may be all of them. What I'm noticing is these games are ending up on one platform for a while, and then they're ended up on PC, or they're coming out directly on PC.
I wanna add something to that, but I want to save that for later for when we talk about Microsoft shit,
Yeah.
because I think there was something that they did that's very underlooked, and I think it's very good for them, right?
Yeah.
But I'll continue that. Like, I'll bring that up again when we talk about Microsoft.
TBA says Spider-Man is rumored to come to PC. That should never have been a Sony exclusive anyway. That game is not the kind of game that should be on one console.
I feel like it's kind of well. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that. I actually forget I was about to say anything.
No,
I mean, but the original ones were.
I mean,
Like the old Spider-Mans were.
They should be. That is a multi-plat. That franchise belongs on all. I don't understand what kind of deal that was.
Like, I feel like it's weird for any like superhero
That's
game
what
or
I'm
anything like that.
saying.
Yeah, I agree, but don't Sony still own it?
I actually don't see a problem with it. I don't know.
Don't they own it?
Bro, it's all business. Remember,
Like, it's just
business
weird.
Am I tripping?
Yo, we want to do
Wait, what were you saying?
Like,
I said, doesn't Sony own Spider-Man?
I don't know if they still do.
Yes, they
Yeah, I
do.
think they still
gave
do.
the
Yeah,
rights
they
to
do.
Marvel
Yeah,
to
they
make
gave them the rights to make Marvel, but I think they still own it. That's why it's not that big of a surprise to me that it's only on one.
I don't know why. Like, maybe like I just look at it like Sony handled business and went and did what I thought like did enough to make it exclusive.
First of all,
I don't really see why it's weird.
how did they even buy that? Like,
I don't know. That's what
how did they even own Spider-Man? Like,
I don't.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
I said, how did Sony even own Spider-Man?
Well, remember years ago.
I know it's Sony Pictures, but like I'm saying, like still.
So the deal with Microsoft was, remember, I mean, not Microsoft, Marvel, they were like, yo, we want to make the movie for Spider-Man. Like, the last couple Spider-Man movies were kind of ass. So what they did was they threw Sony's name on the front of the Spider-Man movie, but it was directed by Marvel.
Sony is the only video game company that owns superheroes?
I think.
I have no idea.
Because DC was on both. I'm assuming.
He said it's just movie.
That's a nice one to have.
Okay, it's the movie, right? All right.
And the other thing, I said this on Twitter. This time, the exclusive shit needs to stop. Either it's exclusive or it's not. But stop.
Time exclusive doesn't make any sense.
Stop fucking buying games for a short period of time. If it's going to be on all platforms, just let it come out. What is that?
I definitely agree.
It's
with that.
like who does that benefit? Because you can't say it's an exclusive because it's not. And then people on the other platform are going to miss out, and studios are going to miss out on sales. It's ridiculous to me. Just put it out on all the platforms. I don't know. It's one thing. I don't know. I think the whole exclusive game conversation is going to be different within the next couple of years because
it's gonna have to be because I mean PC.
I just feel that there's some games that should be exclusive, and there's some games, like you said, that shouldn't be exclusive.
Yeah. I mean, first party.
There's no way any superhero game should be multi-platform. Like every superhero game, Avengers, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, all them shit. But I'm not mad at them for doing it at the same time.
I'm not mad.
They're trying to get niggas to buy their shit.
It's just weird to me.
I don't. Good.
That's just smart to me. Like, you know?
I mean, it's smart for the business move to buy a superhero. To only have on your console, but it's just weird. Like I feel like everybody should be able to enjoy a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is corny as shit, but everybody should be able to enjoy a superhero no matter what console you play on.
Especially
like that,
because it might
it's
end
not
up
a
on PC and Xbox.
Yeah, because it's not a Sony idea really. It's a third party idea that you just happen to.
So I got a question.
Near's on Xbox too, right? I thought I saw.
It's coming on Xbox soon.
So,
I don't know if it's out yet.
So was it weird for y'all that some of these superhero games wasn't on Nintendo? Like.
It's kind of different though because they weren't on Nintendo because they couldn't work properly on Nintendo, right?
Nah, Nintendo. You mean like old Nintendo?
I mean,
consoles?
Nintendo has always been very lackluster.
That was a support issue.
Spider-Man 3 and 2 were on GameCube, but as soon as the Wii U came out and they started making the superhero games more, I guess.
Here's why it's not weird. Here's why it's not weird, Trey. Because like what they're saying is it was more of a hardware issue with having that game being optimized or even projecting sales goals for that shit on Nintendo platforms versus like maybe even today's climate where Microsoft or Sony's just trying to secure a right. And I'm pretty sure under like small print they're probably saying some shit like don't even announce that this might come to PC soon. Make it seem like it's only going to be a Sony exclusive. Hence the reason why Spider-Man's rumored to be on PC.
Yeah, they got to get themselves. Like they know that Spider-Man is becoming, or he's already, Spider-Man's always been big, but like he, especially after that last movie, like, or the Avengers movie, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a smart thing what they're doing. man.
I mean, even like, don't take a game that's always been multi-platform and then just have it exclusive. I think that's whack too. Like that Tomb Raider, I didn't like that when that came. Like it was multi-plat on PS3, and before that, it may have been a Sony exclusive at one point. I don't remember, but next thing you know, it comes out just for Xbox.
What, Tomb Raider?
Time, yeah. Like,
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, GTA was too, kind of.
Like this is silly, man. But
You
anyway,
gotta remember, for us it sucks, but you would do the same. Like I would do the same. It sucks.
Oh no,
because
business wise, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just looking at it from like people that don't own the system. Like,
yeah, that's big.
but at the same time, which I'll talk to more about during the Sony conference, is it's more of a reason to buy that system now because you want to play those specific games versus
How is that Fallout 4.5? I'm sorry, my fault.
Fallout 4. You call it Fallout 76?
Yeah, somebody called.
where it's
Fallout
more
4.5.
online based and it's more
That's
massive
nothing.
online.
That's no 4.5.
you know what? Since you did that, let's go ahead.
Who,
Props,
me?
you could go ahead and finish up, and then we'll move on to the Bethesda stuff.
About what?
Oh, you done?
Oh yeah, I was reading what Dub said.
Okay.
I said about Fallout 4.5. It's like, no, it's Fallout 76.
Oh, I thought I interrupted you when I said that.
No.
Okay.
All right,
But yeah, that.
we got some more donations. I'm gonna read these, and we're gonna talk about the Bethesda conferences next. There's not a whole lot to it, but we will talk about that. King Phantom said the Hornets done Dwight dirty.
Yeah,
Dwight Howard
they
dirty.
did. They did.
Wait, what they do?
They
They
traded
trade him
his
for
ass.
Mozgov. Like that's
First of all, that's mad disrespect. Like that's mad, and then 2 second-round picks, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's mad disrespectful. And they're doing it to free up like that money because they don't want to pay that nigga that 23.6 mil or whatever. But still, they like we're not gonna act like, which I don't want to turn this into a basketball shit, but we're not gonna act like Dwight wasn't showing out last year. Like he was putting up numbers too. And Mozgov had like 4 points a game, bro. Get out of here with that shit.
As a Laker fan, I want to say fuck Dwight. I'm glad he in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, Mitch Kupchak has something with Timothy Mozgov. I don't know why he keep wanting to do it on his teams.
He does.
I don't know what they got going on.
And I don't know, he fucking his wife or something. Cause I don't know what the
Lord
fuck is
Jesus,
going on.
Man,
Bro,
I
cause
don't know what they got going on.
But Trey, I'm tired of y'all because Lakers is my second favorite team. I'm tired of y'all niggas blaming Dwight, bro.
What?
I'm so sick and tired of y'all.
You tired of us for expecting the All-Star center? He come out and he came and gave us minimum.
bro. I didn't know he.
I didn't know he was
injured.
injured.
I didn't know he was injured. I just
That's the
found
thing
out.
that bothers me. Like people always overlook the fact that this nigga was playing with a broken back.
He wasn't supposed to be playing.
Broken arm. He was not supposed to. He was supposed to be out for a whole season.
Sit your ass off the court,
bro. He came in and gave you 16 and 12.
Sit your ass.
It still was averaging.
It was a chemistry
top
issue.
blocks.
It was a chemistry issue.
It was, but like they be blaming it like Dwight was just out here trash.
Yeah,
Granted,
but he was looking a little bit like Randy Moss on the Raiders.
But he was putting in more work before the injury. But what I'm saying is, you would rather have a nigga sit on the bench and give you nothing as opposed to giving you a guaranteed 16, 20 points.
And then like, it's at times when Dwight Howard was playing on the damn court, you can tell that he clearly didn't
like Randy Moss in Oakland.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna come in and do that, I clearly want your ass on the bench. I'm not lying to you.
Man, I need these points, cuz.
I'm good.
Well, I mean, we had Andrew Bynum. So,
or you could be stuck with Tristan Thompson.
So,
and give You'd rather have Tristan Thompson than Dwight Howard? Hell no,
that
bro.
money Tristan got was something serious.
Take your weak ass, injured ass, and give me them 16 points.
All right. Let me finish these up. Cool Jacks, the homie Cool Jacks, but that Spider-Man though, that's who won E3. We're gonna talk about that shortly. Jamie Ennis Jr., BG&E so good they need the community to finish it with the dude from Inceptions. Ghost Gone Blank. Hey, I've been watching you since 7th grade. Now I'm a senior, bro. Hey, thank you, bro. Suspense 813. Can we bring back Tenchu? That would be lovely. And Onimusha.
Ninja Gaiden, son. That's what I was thinking for.
Onimusha.
Yep. Mark Crawford.
When I saw
go
ahead.
Let me read these real quick. Mark Crawford. Don't play the new AC. Play Cyberpunk. I'm definitely playing Cyberpunk. That's day one. Amazing. And that's CD Projekt Red. Everything they get, I got to get parts of it. Underscore create with 2 donations. First one says, welcome back, GMG family. The second one says, back in the 80s, superhero movies weren't as popular as the comics. So in 85, Marvel put most of their film rights up for sale and Sony bought Spider-Man. There you go with the history lesson.
I'm always going to say this, and I'll say this again. If it wasn't for a man named Wesley Snipes, Marvel Studios would not be what it is today. Blade remade Marvel, bro. Like, people don't realize, like, Marvel was dying. They was bankrupt until Blade came out. And they was about to get out of the movie shit. And Blade came through and saved that whole world. So we got Blade to thank for Infinity War or Thanos and them niggas now.
Yeah, Blade, he paved the way.
Blade really paved the way for all the niggas, though. And Blade don't get enough credit at all.
Sorry, it's flood watch or something. I can't turn it off.
I was wondering.
Somebody named I Don't Do Anal. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Every time I read his name, I have to say it like that. As a kid, I used to sniff the chairs of female guests. Okay, that's Charlemagne's work. 6 foot big, first time making a live stream. Excited to see the squad. Y'all stay blessed and continue to make great content. I support all of y'all. I want to see everybody be great in life. God bless. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Much love. Bethesda.
Oh, so what I was gonna say is when I saw Ghost of Tsushima, I thought Ghost was only Musha when I first saw it. When I first saw it.
I did too. Cause I was like, yo,
so
what is this?
Yeah.
I leaned a little closer. Then I was like, oh.
I wasn't disappointed though when I found out what it was though. Shit was crazy. But Bethesda.
Wolfenstein. That's the one. Bethesda. Some of the games Bethesda showed are Doom Eternal, Quake Champions, Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is a game that takes place in the 1980s, I think. And they said these are the 2 twin daughters of BJ. Fallout 76, which is an online Fallout Shelter for the Switch. Starfield, which is a new IP. And then another mobile game called Elder Scrolls Blades.
And they teased a new Elder Scrolls game.
Rage 2, you said, right?
Rage 2, which looks excellent. I like the first. I like the first one. It looks way better than the first one. Yeah.
The first one was really good. I like the co-op.
I like it.
I'll try it then, because I didn't like the way it looked at first, because I didn't play Rage 1.
No, I'm definitely getting that.
Alright, I need to play Rage 1 then.
All in all, I mean, the conference was... I never expected, like, a ridiculous whole bunch of game announcements from a Bethesda conference. I pretty much expect to have about an average conference from them as far as, like, surprises and whatnot. I didn't even... Sometimes it's like I don't know why they have their own conference, because it doesn't feel like they have enough in comparison to the other conferences. So I wasn't really, it was all right. I don't know, bro. It was okay.
Todd Howard is the best speaker at E3. Like, period.
Can I make
in my opinion.
Go ahead, Ricky.
What's your suggestion?
I would hope in the future, I think what they need to do is scrap all these individual conferences, have Sony and Microsoft, of course, because they also have their consoles in the platform, but EA, Bethesda, who else? Ubisoft, Activision, whoever, Square Enix, they should just come up with like a general gaming conference, because this was weak as hell. Like, Bethesda shit, I love Bethesda. Shout out to Bethesda, yeah. But this conference,
can't clean it
up.
Yeah. Don't try to clean it up.
Hey, you did try to clean it up. I love Bethesda.
You said it was weak as hell.
Bethesda, yeah.
Listen, they already asked me about my opinion. I told them it was weak as hell. Like, it was weak, man. Like, this was weak as hell. Like, Ubisoft was better, if I had to be honest. Like, this was weak.
I don't think so.
This was weak, man.
I think...
I would agree with Ricky, personally.
I think, well, first of all, I think Todd Howard is the best presenter that you can have for a conference.
I wouldn't
And I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm super biased towards Fallout, but I feel like Fallout 76 was the best game shown of.
Did they show?
Well, in terms of promise, it was the best game shown of Ubisoft and Bethesda, in my opinion, just in terms of potential.
Really?
Like I don't know, man.
I don't know, because I'm still super scared about Fallout 76, but just the fact that it seemed like a regular Fallout, it seemed like a Fallout game that you can play online with your friends, and I can nuke y'all. I don't know.
I'm a Fallout. I'm a huge Fallout fan. This game looks really good, but I didn't see enough of it. But that doesn't not make me not excited.
Let me see if they got some gameplay.
The fact that it's online
they
makes
had
me
some gameplay.
really want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, really want to dive into it, because obviously the other ones have never been online. And it just seems like it's gonna be
Here we
time.
go. I'm gonna put some gameplay up so everybody can see it.
Now,
This-
these are my personal opinions. Don't take them as facts, even though my personal opinions are usually right.
Oh God.
But Fallout 76,
Man, if you
just-
don't get your ass, bro.
Fallout 76 just seemed like, I don't know, it just has so much promise. It just seems so amazing. Like when I saw that they built their own base and then a bunch of big ass monsters came and attacked them, and then raiders who were different players came and attacked them, I was like, yo, I gotta play this.
That's
game.
what got me interested, because y'all know I'm not a Fallout guy, but what got me interested was like, all right, this shit is online now.
Yeah, as long as it still has the core mechanics of Fallout and I can play online, you ain't said nothing but a word.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I need.
That's really all I want. Now my question is it only online?
Yes.
It's only online.
Yeah, only online.
So that means there's no story.
There is a story, but we don't know much about the story yet.
You already know what happens with these
I
multiplayer
just
stories.
want to be able to climb up a ladder. My bad.
Oh, I got you. I mean, he said Ricky on some shit. I never said none of the games were trash. I just said the conference was weak.
Yeah, man.
anybody
If you ain't like him, he ain't like him. What people
Conference
want,
is
man? You
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
honest, bruh. Everybody, people like different
Nah,
stuff.
man, we like every conference, every game, everything's wonderful.
Yeah, fam. Like
That's
Mind
how
you, I
you
got
end up.
some-
That's how people would be like, yo, I can't even watch dude no more. He used to tell the truth, and now he like everything. I ain't watching no more. That's,
Yo,
I
flat.
hear you.
I ain't gonna lie, and I'm definitely one of them subscribers. I'm like, man, yo, he used to be that dude,
yeah,
dog.
I've had it happen where YouTubers I watch, I'm like, damn, bro.
Like
Yeah,
they'll get
homie,
they'll
you
get
used to
picked
be
up,
that
Man, homie.
or like they'll get free games from the studio and be like, yo, this is the greatest shit ever. Wait,
Be like, now, guys, I know we got a couple of problems, but look, nah, guy, you
That shit don't even turn on.
yo, you know what's wild, Trey? That's some real shit. That's exactly how they do. They
That's how they
definitely they'll trash a company or a game and then get signed to get some bread and be like, now listen, I know this game got but hear
You
me
know
out.
what?
Just
I
hear me
agree
out.
to a certain extent. I agree too, because you could say I'm guilty for this, but if a game hasn't came out yet, I learned to not try to like fully judge it unless it's like literally a week before release. Then I'm like, dog, this is the final
You
shit.
better than me.
But no, how we do
I
it. We
couldn't
normally
say
say
it,
the same thing.
but when I was out there in LA, I played the game, and I think it was like a month at that time. I know that shit's trash, and I ain't playing.
Oh,
I mean,
Also,
I can
they
judge
said,
a game and say it looks fire or it looks trash, but
Yeah, that's what I do.
until I see full gameplay or like multiplayer behind it, or
All right, so
then I won't say it's great.
I'm gonna use a
Then I'll
perfect
be like,
example. I'm gonna use a perfect example. I played live, right? So
I was just about to say
there was a
that
lot
too.
of problems with live. We addressed it with them. So the fact that now I felt more comfortable with telling people that I enjoyed it, but it has some problems and it's not coming out until like a couple of months. Now, had the game been out a week later or a month later and that shit has problems and you hear me say some shit like, it has a lot of problems, but it's still great, yo, unsubscribe from my channel. Because I'm bullshit. Like that's
Remember
what I
you
don't.
just said.
Absolutely. And I learned from that. Because you remember I got called out for doing that a lot. So
It
I'm
depends
not
on
doing
the
that
company too. Some companies, they're going to try to do their best to get stuff together, and there's some companies that just have a history of showing us a game 2 months before it comes out, and we know that's the final product, or even putting out a beta, and we know that's the full game. So
Yeah.
it's case by case for me. But good.
I just want to talk about Fallout some more. So, speaking of betas, though, they said Fallout 76 is gonna have a beta because one thing that they know is that their games are buggy as shit. So it seemed like that's one thing that I like about Bethesda. Even though their games are buggy. It never seems like they don't try. I don't know why their games are always so damn buggy and whatever, but it seems like
got so much shit.
Yeah, that's true. Because they did say this map was gonna be 4 times bigger than Fallout
Yeah,
4.
they always got so much shit, and like the buggiest Fallout to me was New Vegas. Like that shit was the glitchiest.
Oh my
buggiest
god,
game.
that shit was
But
horrible.
that's a lot of people's favorite
It's a good game.
Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's a
saying. That's a
great
lot of
game,
people's favorite,
but
even through all the bugs. I mean, you could say that with Assassin's Creed.
There's some
Assassin's Creed stay
game-breaking
having
bugs.
the most bug, but people love it.
New Vegas has some game-breaking bugs, and I
Oh,
didn't
it
even
did.
care.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck at all.
I'll tell you honestly, they actually opened. They're another company that I told them straight up, like I had a huge problem with like Prey, and they still brought me to play it. Like, and I told them, yo, Prey, how is the ink blot like pretty much the enemy? Like, and I'm like, just some of the stuff that happened in the game, it just felt kind of boring for me. And they were they opened to listen.
I played the first Prey, and I could
I
care
knew it
less
wasn't gonna
about
like
Prey
it.
2.
I know. What
Yeah, I could care less about Prey 2 or 3.
I like Dishonored a lot though. That's
Dishonored is excellent. All right, so
Dishonored is great.
all right. Any disappointments from the Bethesda conference?
Yes.
What?
They didn't Well, I mean, it makes sense, but even though they showed that there's gonna be a new Elder Scrolls game, they didn't show any gameplay. But it makes sense for them not to do that.
Okay.
They didn't show any at the conference, but I do believe there's some gameplay demos. So I do think there's some footage out. I don't have it
Of
though.
Elder Scrolls?
For nah, because that
I
game
lied.
is just.
I'm talking about Fallout. My bad, bro.
You're talking about Blade, right? Elder Scrolls Blade.
Yeah, y'all right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
The range still looks so fun.
I don't
That
have
gameplay showing looks really nice.
Yeah, I don't have any disappointments because I don't have like a super high expectations from them. I usually expect to get about what we got this year and last year from them, just based off of what they do. So, but I'm really looking forward to this Rage though, because I liked the first Rage and I liked.
Is it co-op again too?
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked the game Mad Max, but a lot of what I saw in Mad Max,
the devs from Mad Max is working on it.
I did first. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I did first on Rage, so it was cool. And
Man, Rage, I love that little. That's what Call of Duty stole that shit from. That RCXD car. They had that shit in Rage.
They did, and I forgot all about that. I
Yeah,
forgot all
the
about
RCXD car. She drove around, blew up, marked enemies, all type of shit. This Call of Duty was like, oh, nice.
I mean, this looks
Hey, yo, Call of Duty said good look.
so much.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Activision, they're the greatest at stealing your shit and then praising you for it. Like Activision will still, like my man's Vonderhart will tweet out, "Yo, I love Titanfall." That had wall running in the next game. Like, yo, Activision is wild with these shit.
Yo, man, Fortnite really lit with all of these skins.
Yo, facts. Like he was talking about Fortnite before they even announced the shit. Yo, I just think that Activision just be sitting in the conference, be like, "What games y'all playing right now?" They be like, "Oh, word." Yo, they was over there. Activision was dead ass praising the fuck out of Fortnite, bro, and PUBG. It's like, word.
Call of Duty fuck around hit you with that. It'll be a shame if somebody stole it.
Yeah, facts, man.
Anything else you want to say about the Bethesda conference?
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
Let's talk about the EA conference. The EA conference, just a couple games.
But they show.
I'm just to name a couple of the games that EA showed.
I'm down with Unravel too.
They had
Unravel 2 for
right,
sure.
Right, right.
That's
Unravel 2.
out
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I'm definitely getting that because I beat the
I'm
first
down
one.
with
I
that.
love the first Unravel.
I love the co-op aspect behind it. Like,
That did look fire.
Anthem looked good. They of course showed Madden,
Anthem did look good.
but that presentation was cringe as hell, and that's the homie from the Steelers. So like, I don't even know what that was.
Yeah, that's your team. That's your man. What was he wearing? Chase, aren't you?
Bro, that's the thing. I'm starting to see that a lot. My man Gucci Man had on. It looked like a romper, but it wasn't. But it was all flowers. They obviously Battlefield 5. They showed some Battlefield 5. I already told y'all there's no loot boxes or a season pass on Battlefield 5 apparently, and it's going to have Battle Royale. Madden, by the way, if anybody missed it, is going to be released on PC for the first time since like 2008.
That's amazing. I can't front.
So I like that. Hopefully they can start bringing their other games.
I think that's like a power move.
Yeah,
I respect
I
that.
definitely do. Because
my community.
PC dude's been hungry, dog. The last one was the one with Vince Young on the cover. I think that was 2008.
Yep.
So yeah, that's definitely major for them, dog.
So that's kind of a big deal. I
can't wait for the mod community.
And to be honest with you, that'll probably boost their sales for sure.
I would consider actually getting it only on PC for mods and stuff.
Damn,
Huh?
The mods would be dope with the old
No,
school
seriously.
You're not gonna only get Madden on PC.
Seriously.
You know.
That ass, bro. Because they could fix
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Wait, so
that shit is cute. You're not getting. There's no way in hell that you get.
I don't really
if
play.
Being honest, like if you don't play online or like anything, I don't see any reason why you would get it on.
I only
console.
play when people come to my house anyway.
So if people come to your house, you ain't getting it just on PC, dog.
That's what I'm saying. You're not getting it on PC. Like when niggas gonna trash you, talk you, B, and then square up on this Madden on this PS4, you're gonna be like that.
So when dudes come to the crib, will y'all play it on the monitor or do you move it to the TV?
I play on
Oh,
a
I get
monitor.
what he's saying. No. All right, no. I get what they're saying. No, for that, yeah, you would want to probably get on because it's more easy to play.
I'm not Batman twice now. That's just.
I'm buying that shit on PC.
That's just.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time getting it the first time. To be honest with you,
that's
I don't know about some 2 times. That's just.
I'm getting.
Hey, Ricky told him to holler at me, and I mean with them codes. Code shop, you know? Hey, YouTubers be lying to be buying shit and saying somebody gave it to them. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Between our pictures, like, yo, just got all these codes.
Yeah, they motherfucker be lying. Yo. You don't. If you bought it, you bought it. You use it for your.
He's fresh out of GameStop, guys. Yeah. EA hooked me.
Yeah, they hooked your boy.
He's still right outside the GameStop too.
Yeah,
while making a video and shit.
Oh, Ricky. Oh shit. Okay, so likes. What did I like about the EA conference? Unravel. Anthem. The announcements of Battlefield 5 was good. I do have higher expectations for Battlefield 5 than I had with World War 1 because I knew that the time period on the last Battlefield was going to hold them back a little bit in comparison like to the other Battlefield games. Like Battlefield 4 was I really like Battlefield 4, so they were able to do more just because, the technology was newer and there's more customizations, better maps and all that stuff. With the last Battlefield, I didn't think it was going to be as boring to me as fast as it got boring, to be honest with you.
My nigga, he was riding around on horses, sword niggas.
That's true, but that was cool for like.
I'm just saying, like they was bugging with that.
Yeah.
Niggas was sit in that train and killed a whole squad, son, and never not die. The maps was like mad atrocious.
Yeah, those were like the worst Battlefield maps I ever played. So I'm hoping this time around they get.
You don't know the name of none of them.
I don't know any of them. Yeah.
All I know, I only remember 2 maps, nigga. The desert map and the jungle map. Those are the only 2 maps I remember in the entire game.
Those were the only 2 maps that was in the game.
Those are the ones I liked.
They might have been. Those are the only 2 that I liked.
The other ones I didn't really care for. I also feel like maybe they listened to the community this time around, maybe, and said,
if they listened to the community, it'd have been bad company.
This is true. You got me with that one. I got nothing.
Facts.
Anyhow, what did y'all think of the EA conference?
The news of Madden is fire being on PC. Like I said, I'm not gonna get it on PC, but that news is fire. Unravel, the fact that you could download it like right after the conference and play it at home, and I think it's $20.
Yep.
Co-op is fire. Yep. Battlefield, it's Battlefield to me. I'll probably get it if my peoples get it and really want to play it. But like Battlefield to me is in the same boat as Call of Duty for me. Like until they do Bad Company 3, I don't have 100% fact that I'm gonna get it. But it doesn't look bad, and as long as I'm not riding around on horses 24/7, it was decent. It was decent.
Can I level up though? Can I not have to spend 30 games trying to get one war bond, and then I finally unlock the gun and it's the same gun?
I mean, Battlefield is the company that started buying that shit for $30 and you get all the guns and shit. They did that before Call of Duty.
So when I was at the EA event, it didn't really seem that bad. You know what I'm saying? But then once I actually sat down and thought about what they showed, I see why people came to the conclusion. But I played Battlefield.
Did you play the Royale? Did they show the Royale? Or did you play it?
Nah, they didn't show the Royale. I didn't play the Royale. So I played this. I forgot the name of the new mode that I played, but I played the new mode that they had. Operations. I think that's it. Yeah. So I played that. Gameplay fire. I loved every minute of the gameplay, even when they put me up against PC dudes and I was getting beasted. I really wasn't tripping like that. It's a few things that I don't like. So now they got this new revival thing when you go to the ground and people can revive you. First of all, ain't nobody picking your ass up. Let me just respawn. I ain't gonna lie, I had a big problem with that. I didn't really like the movement until I switched from when you hold down the sprint button until you just tap it once and then the game felt fluid. Another thing that I liked the NBA Live trailer. It was a dope trailer. I actually played the game. I like the improvements that they're making, while they definitely do still have some problems with the game, and I addressed it with them. But overall, like, when I was there in person, it was cool. Maybe because I was sitting next to Hip Hop and he was hyping everything up. But now
That's the wrong person to sit next to.
Yeah, I swear, bro. He was hyping up when they was playing that little mobile game, and I was like, "Yo, this game."
That's definitely the
Well,
wrong
was that the
person.
game where you shot people off the platform? That shit.
Bro,
You know what I'm
Hip
talking
Hop
about?
was acting like he's watching the Super Bowl. I was like, "Yo, he's hype as hell. Maybe this game might be lit." You know?
Yeah, you know what I like about that guy though. Is he's real, bro. Like
Yo,
he really
not
do
faking.
get excited about.
He's
Yeah,
serious.
like there's people that you could be like, come on, bro, you get paid. No, this nigga really be excited
He's
about
serious.
every little minuscule
Hip Hop,
detail,
in
bro.
the middle of the conference, he said, "Yo, I love video games."
Like, bro, like he will watch Madden and he'd be like,
Like-
bro, do you see the lines on the football
Yes,
site?
he
Like,
will.
yo, he will really be
Oh, when he seen
excited
that
about
Madden
that.
trailer, it was a rap. It was a rap. He said, "No, son, this ain't gameplay. This ain't." First of all, there wasn't gameplay.
It wasn't, but it's not gameplay.
Yeah, it was gameplay. I'm gonna let you know that.
I'm gonna be real. Call of Duty, like Battle Royale, kind of has me intrigued, but Battlefields doesn't so much. And the only reason why I say that is because I always feel like I'm playing Battle Royale when I'm playing fucking Battlefield. Like niggas do not work as teams. There's a big ass tank that go around, kill everybody. Nobody tries to take it out. Like people don't pick you up. Trey said, like you have to really play that game with your boys. So like it really do be us four and a bunch of other niggas on our team trying to kill the other people. Like so that game is really one big ass Battle Royale for being 100%
That's a
honest.
good point.
Whereas Call of Duty is, you know, a little bit more, at least I'll say in the lobbies that we generally play. I'm sure like there's like really teamwork oriented Battlefield niggas, but like the majority of the times we play, it's us foe versus the world.
And let's not forget, I mean, they're gonna have all the maps that we like from Call of Duty are going to be part of each area of the big Battle Royale map. There's going to be
It's
a whole
1,000
bunch
times bigger than Nuketown.
Yeah, like there's going to be. I think it's going to be dope to see them put all that stuff together.
Yeah.
It ain't going to work correctly for a while though. I already know what time it is.
Yeah. And I'm interested in the vehicles.
Yeah.
To see how that's going to play out.
So,
Like,
wait. So, Prop, you buying it?
I don't know.
That's what was
Yeah.
interesting. Is throughout the whole thing, you never said you wasn't buying it. So I
Yeah,
realized,
I don't know. Like,
you know,
it's just one of those. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't have a definitive yes or a definitive no. It's just like, I don't know.
I'm expecting somebody to give us like a more of a clarification and an update on the Black Ops Pass. Maybe it'll come up after the shows.
This is Blackout.
This sounds Blackout. That was Ricky's boy.
That boy was wild. That boy said Blackout.
Yo, bro, that aggravated me so much because, like, it's like, fam, I'm thinking, okay, they about to show some
And then
shit.
he just,
All right, this is
right.
fine. And they was like, yes, you can play your classic zombie characters that are in the game. And I'm like, is it going to be zombies in the Battle Royale? What the fuck I care about playing them skins for? Like tell me,
You know
show
what?
me the
Zombies
game.
in the
dude.
Battle Royale might actually be.
Nah, it's zombie skins. The shit that
Yeah, that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
had,
But he's saying, like, it would actually be fire if the zombies was there. Like,
Yeah, like if it's
agree.
actually there.
Yeah,
I
that would be.
agree with
That would be
that.
fine. But like one of the things that pissed me off about the Battle Royale, or about the Call of Duty Battle Royale, is that they said that there's zombie guns in there. So I'm like, niggas gonna be running around with ray guns, nigga?
Wait, no.
Ray gun
Man.
Yeah, niggas gonna be running around with ray guns, bro.
Nah,
You
That
ain't
shit gonna
finna
be
beat
pack a
me.
punch too.
Yeah, you ain't finna beat me. nigga.
A pack of punch Galil. Like, nah, we not finna be playing with you. I'm not playing that.
All right. Last question before we move on. What were you disappointed in from the EA?
No announcement of Midnight Club. To be honest, I'm still praying.
Is that
for
EA?
Rockstar
That's
make-
Rockstar,
Rockstar
though.
makes Midnight Club, bro.
Oh yeah.
You think about Need for Speed and
Yeah.
One thing I was disappointed in, I seen a lot of people hyping up saying there was potentially a skate, and there wasn't one. So.
No. Yeah, and I was just about to say that. I'm a
That was like that was the biggest rumor.
So there's definitely not a skate, but what we did get to see, and it was not at EA, it was at Microsoft. It's a game called Session.
Yeah, which did look fire.
You got the Ralph Lauren Polo Assassin version.
Let me go full screen so y'all can.
I'm gonna be honest. I want to talk about Sessions, right?
Let's
Because
pull this up real quick. Go ahead.
I want. I'm so tilted at these fans of Skate 4 or Skate.
Skate
in
is
general.
dope, man.
No, it's not. It's not that I don't think it's dope. It's that the whole time that my whole like Twitter feed and everything, right? They was so geeked
Yeah.
about
That it
this
was
game.
Yo,
And then as soon as it didn't have the name Skate,
Second it said Sessions, all of a sudden it was trashed.
Yeah.
But the whole time you was
I
watching it,
agree
you thought it was
110%,
amazingly good, and so everybody was like, "Yo, this looks fine. This is amazing." Sessions.
It does look like
Man, fuck this.
it does look like Skate though.
110%.
A little.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
But
like,
why does the name? Why the name all of a sudden make it trash?
Right,
Because the name is
that's
the brand.
exactly
Come
how
on.
it is.
Y'all know that. Yeah,
Nah, but like you gotta call these people out on their BS when you see it. Like y'all was so hyped for it, but all of a sudden when it's not the name you want, now all of a sudden, man,
Right, because it looks just enough like it for everybody thought it wasn't. So why are you not going to give it
somebody?
Well, there's no gameplay. Shout out to TBH.
Oh,
he said TBH said this is a Kickstarter game. You can play the demo now. You can download it. It's already out.
Plays nothing like
Just said plays nothing like that.
TBH is
all I'm
good?
saying is like everybody was like super amped by it, thinking it was Skate, and then
I mean, they know what they did with the way they did this, though.
Oh no, they definitely did. That's why I was like, everybody got debated.
All they did was show off a skateboarding game.
Man, this is no, like the way the cameras follow the skater and all that, like the angles. It looks just like the cutscenes.
No. But to be honest with you, that's just another way for them to do their trailer. The fact that people was tweeting me like, "Oh my God, Skate!" and as soon as it was Session, I was like, "Oh, so you hype about that Skate game?" They're like, "Nah, fuck that game."
Yeah, I'm gonna just type in Session gameplay. I want to see what comes up.
Yo, Doug, what kind of chip did you just eat, dog?
Those were like it's the Lay's version of Pringles, the stacks.
Hey yo, this is hilarious, bro. I went on YouTube. I typed in Session gameplay. The first video says Session gameplay. This is not Skate 4.
Yeah,
all right.
I've seen one.
All right.
Or you'll see a bunch of videos that says the Skate remake.
That's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to see, bro. Go ahead and read these.
I'm gonna still probably try it.
Oh, what hurt to try
Yeah,
it?
can you do me a favor and check the message I just sent you on Discord with the picture? Say nothing.
All right, it's going probably. Let me see.
Yo, your man's.
Let me close that.
Hey, yeah, put a gameplay. What's wrong
That's
with
y'all,
you,
man.
Y'all be right back.
That's y'all man's show.
All right, 3 quick donations. Jalen Crawley with the $1 donation. Thank you, bro.
That nigga is so New York, bro. It don't get more New York than that nigga, bro.
But that's like he's like mean New York though.
No, he's like the boss you fight to take over.
He's like like a creative character on Def Jam.
That ass. Like he looked like he should have been in Def Jam fight.
Yo, definitely. Jerry said, "What up, GMG? Love y'all work. Keep it up. Thank you, bro. _create. Oh, we already read that one. All right, let's move on to. I know y'all wait for the Microsoft and Sony reviews, but we gonna get to those in just a second. We cover Ubisoft, EA. I didn't watch Nintendo. I ain't gonna hold you up. I heard Nintendo's E3 was not very good, so I just totally skipped it. Anybody in here have anything to say about that?
I like Nintendo's E3. Like, it wasn't too much. The thing about Nintendo's E3 reviews, they told you exactly what they were gonna do, like before they got there. They're gonna show a couple of things, but their main focus was gonna be on Smash Brothers, which is what happened. Like, pretty much for the most part, well, they rushed through a bunch of games to rush through. They're having fighters that's gonna be on the Switch now. They're having Fortnite on the Switch. There was a bunch of games. There's this game called Daemon X Machina that looked really good. It looked like have any of you ever played Armored Core?
Yes.
It looks like that, but it's a little bit more cartoony. It looks like more of a cartoonish game. Like, you should look up gameplay of it. I thought that looked great. But for the most part, and they showed Mario Party, which is gonna have online, but it's not gonna be the regular Mario Party online. It's gonna be just mini games, not the actual game board thing. But
they didn't show anything about Pokemon, did they?
They showed Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but they didn't show the actual Pokemon game. And the reason why they didn't show the Pokemon game that's probably going to be out in 2019 or Metroid was because they said that it was unfair to tease fans multiple times and not have like any actual like concrete
They
gameplay.
want to talk
for it.
about what's unfair at Nintendo?
Yeah, I don't. But
I respect Nintendo for being real,
so what they mainly focused on was Smash Brothers, which looks to be like the best Smash Brothers game that could come out. So
Nintendo was wild, bro.
Yeah.
You can play every Smash Bros. character ever.
That's ever been. Like, they had Snake. Waluigi was in the Smash
Yo,
Brothers character.
That nigga is wild, bro.
You could play as Snake, you could play as Ryu, you could play as every Smash Brothers character that's ever been in Smash Brothers, except fucking.
I think it was 2 people, right? It was Waluigi and somebody else.
Well, Waluigi was never a playable character. I don't know who the other one would be. But everybody wanted.
Somebody else.
But yeah, Nintendo's conference was it was pretty whatever. But for somebody like me who only wanted to see Smash Brothers, that shit was the best it could have been. I understand why people say it was trash though.
Okay. Let's get to the big boys, the last 2.
Wait, Waluigi was in. It says he was in Brawl.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was in a mod of Brawl, but he was never in games. So like the actual games.
I couldn't even put no gameplay up because Nintendo gonna come through and they're gonna.
Yeah, that shit's gonna body.
Use the audio in Germany and all of that.
I suggest that anybody who's interested in Smash Brothers though go watch that gameplay because that shit looks amazing.
I forgot about the Nintendo Labo. I'm glad I forgot.
About the Nintendo
I'm
Labo. Don't even.
I'm disappointed that they reminded me about that. Who
and they still haven't put that shit on.
My boy Silver said he's gonna collect the Labos.
No, that's the
you know what?
That's the Meepos.
Waluigi was one of those characters you can have as an assist, so he can't.
Yeah, he's an assist trophy.
I mean, so he's in the game.
I mean,
yeah, but he wasn't a playable character. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Microsoft. Phil came up smiling. He was smiling too big. He said, "We got 50 games to show y'all today." I said, 50? Ooh, 50? He said 18 exclusives. I said, oh, what? And then it was like 15 world premieres. I said, my gosh, Phil, let's show the action.
Yo.
I ain't gonna lie. Now, presentation-wise, I'm not saying the games that were shown. Presentation-wise, it's definitely better than Sony's. Sony has some ghetto audio shit. I'm gonna get to that in a second once we get there. Presentation-wise, I liked Microsoft's conference better. They showed more. It flowed well. It wasn't like weird interviews in the middle of shit. They didn't just like show weird people talking in audiences and all that. They got right to the action.
PlayStation had that bad.
Yeah.
My God.
Just some of the notable games that they showed. If I can go down here. Ori and the Willow of Wisp. That's one of my personal things that were important to me. When they showed that last year at E3, I got super excited for that because I've loved a lot of the my favorite games this generation on Xbox have all been indies, and this is one of them. Where is it at?
I mean, to no surprise though, you know.
Is it right here? Okay. They showed some Crackdown gameplay. They showed some Cuphead DLC.
What was that?
Crackdown, that shit look fucking fun.
I'm not gonna lie to you though.
They showed
I watched the Crackdown, they actually look fun to me. I don't know.
You got it.
Agents of Mayhem, bro. Same thing, bro. I'm trolling.
Early access.
Which is wild because
what is it?
like,
A Shadow? What's the game called?
First.
Shadows Die Twice.
What is it? Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
That looked dope.
Yeah.
Metro looked really good.
Metro
We
looked
Happy
amazing.
Few got another shot at promo.
Yeah, throw that.
Now it's not.
I wanna play that,
It's on PlayStation, so we can't just laugh at Xbox no more for that game. Devil May Cry 5, a real official Devil May Cry sequel. It's not a DMC 2 game. They showed Dying Light 2, lit. I'm absolutely getting that. Battletoads, Just Cause 4, I'm getting that as well. Cyberpunk 2077 premiere. It's not an exclusive, but they were the first people to show it.
Am I frozen?
Oh, let me fix you. My bad. That game is going to be excellent. I can already tell you that.
What, Cyberpunk?
Yes.
I mean, it's made by
I thought it was third person, dog. I thought it was third. It's first person.
That new Gears, fire. Tomb Raider, fire. That's all I got. But
Which
new Halo, new Halo 2.
Forza,
Let me
Halo Infinite.
5 new studios too. Go ahead though.
Let me start off by saying that I agree 100% by what you said. They came out, they showed great third-party games.
Yeah.
And the difference between the two studio, Sony and Microsoft, which always bothers me, because it either goes one way or it goes the other. And this is how I just felt about the whole both consoles in general. Xbox showed everything first. It surprised me a lot more, but they didn't make me want to buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
Or make me happy that I own an Xbox.
Okay, right.
They showed Sea of Thieves DLC. I don't give a fuck about the basic DLC.
Oh, they show Sea of Thieves DLC.
I don't give a fuck about Sea of Thieves now. I don't give a fuck about the two. I don't give a damn about the two other DLCs in the Skull Dive, whatever the fuck it was called. I don't know. And if anything, what it showed me was I'm glad I got a PC, and I'm glad that. See, that's the issue that I've always had with E3, because in my opinion, E3 comes down to why should I own this system? Why should I go out and buy this? And why am I happy to have it? And Microsoft, unfortunately, didn't show me anything that made me super excited to have my Xbox One. My Xbox One is still, I'm using it more than I was at one point. But and then they showed Sessions too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the biggest surprise out of all that, aside from Dying Light to me, was Shonen Jump Force. Because that came completely out of nowhere. I didn't hear no rumors about Jump Force. I didn't even know they were doing any of those type of games.
Let me show the trailer, because that's the one with all the anime characters, right?
Right.
Yeah. And
so earlier when I said I'm going to come back to something that Microsoft did really great, and that was it, Jump Force. Because J-Stars, which it essentially is Jump Force, is usually only a Sony thing. Those anime-based, like all anime characters are usually only on PS3 or PS4. So the fact that they actually got that on Xbox is a big fucking notch to Microsoft, because, like I said, they're usually only on one platform.
Looks amazing.
So the fact that they're going to be on everything is amazing. So to me, that was the biggest thing that they showed that I was like, yo, they doing a fucking job.
Did you see the
that.
Death Note though? The Shinigami out there.
Yeah, the Death Note had me so geeked until I found out you can't
play as him.
Yeah, he's just gonna be in the story, but I don't care. I'm still excited because my nigga Ryu came out there looking fire.
I think I'm. Well, I didn't really like the Dragon Ball Fighters game. I didn't. I hope this is good.
So like I'm thinking like for anybody that's never heard of J-Stars basically just put a bunch of, it's basically this. Naruto, all these other games, and they just put them in one. And
I hope they have
all out. I'm hoping they add like Hunter x Hunter,
My Hero Academia,
My Hero, and I hope they have Assassination Classroom. I hope they have a lot of characters from the other animes.
Some people think Saitama
I'm
could be
glad that they showed who they showed, because that's what's gonna make people want to play it. You showed Goku, you showed Frieza, you showed Naruto, you showed Sasuke, you showed One Piece. That has niggas instantly fire. And then at the end, show my man's
it's about to come up right now.
They show, you know what I'm saying, Ryuk and stuff. Like,
look at it.
This game looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, it does.
And one of the issues that I have with this game already is because it looks so good. I think I'm gonna get my ass whooped because I'm gonna be looking at how good it looks. Like, they have gameplay of it. So right now he's just showing the trailer.
Let me see if I can find the gameplay.
That was some gameplay.
They got like but they got like actual like 2-3 minutes.
Nah, I'm about to. Here's a demo.
One thing that I don't like about it though is I kind of don't like the art style. It kind of looks.
What's wild is I didn't notice what this was until I seen that ship. I was like, oh, that's Luffy. So I'm thinking it was like a One Piece game.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize at the beginning that those were the Hokages down, and I didn't even realize that was Frieza's ship. It wasn't until like they started playing more that I was like, oh shit, yo, this is. So to me, like out of all the games that were showed at E3, this was the most surprising when it came out of nowhere. Now, it's not the game that I'm looking forward to the most, because I think that's Ghost of Tsushima, or however you say that shit. But this game is ridiculous. I just hope that the movement and everything flows very well, because one of the issues with J-Star was the movement. The movement was so trash in J-Stars. The animations were so bad. It was mad glitchy. But from what I'm looking at on this trailer, it doesn't look as stiff as J-Star was. It still does kind of look a little stiff, but just nowhere near as bad.
Yeah, it looks a little stiff. But it's not finished though. Like it's still
right. So like this game right here, Microsoft, they came with a surprise. In fact, I didn't know that there was going to be a Dying Light 2. I didn't know that they were making. I didn't know that they were making a Sessions game. I didn't know they were making a skateboard game. The one thing that we always know from Microsoft, Forza, which I give two fucks about, is very pretty. kudos for the people that love Forza. I have no issues with that, but I don't give a fuck about racing games unless it's non-sim. And Gears we know, Halo we know,
Gears.
And I know Halo is 2 games, right? They show like Infinite, I think is what it's called, and then they said it's gonna be on PC, I think.
I think so, but I'm tired of
I
Halo.
saw a tweet that said that new Halo was not going to be on PC, but don't quote me on that.
Yo, you know what Microsoft did though? Yo, this whole E3, I felt like niggas was just mad trolling, bro. Like they was really trolling niggas. Like the whole Skate 4 trolling shit started it off. But then they showed Gears and they just showed Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Hey, niggas was so mad. But the new Gears looks really great as well.
There's 3 Gears games dropping.
I'm definitely gonna cop that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But yeah, Microsoft definitely did a great job. And like the thing is, it was like the first half I was so bored. It wasn't until because all these other games they started showing way later. So I was like bored as fuck the first half, bro. Like, and then they came out with some fire at the end, and I was like, wait a minute, nigga, let me sit up now.
Yeah,
this is fire.
And
like,
so my issue with people is some people are not even trying to enjoy the conferences. Period.
Yeah, they go into it
right
with negative mindsets,
right.
hoping to hate.
I mean, because if you're a one platform owner, then that's how you're going to be.
But that's
like
I disagree.
When it comes to but you're more awakened. You're more awoke than most people. So like most people that are, I should say, fanboys, maybe not on one platform, but more or less fanboys, they go into a thing and say, be like, oh no, this is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this is boring.
This is
like, there's no, like, you gotta call it what it is, bro. You can't hate. Microsoft's conference was really good. It was all about surprising factors, and it was all about showing games that are gonna come out now. Again, if you base your conferences and how good something is based off of the exclusives, then you definitely won't say Microsoft.
Yeah,
but they definitely had some fire. Like Crackdown 3, let's be real.
Not worried.
None of us buying that motherfucker, bro.
I might buy that.
All Microsoft,
it's gonna be a game pass.
To be honest with you, the only thing Microsoft had to do to really win this whole, because Microsoft showed Devil May Cry as well. Like, come on, son. Like they showed so much fucking shit, but do we give them the victory because they showed it first or because it's exclusive? And that's how I've always based E3, based off of what gets me in the moment versus what I'm happy to own.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm more at the end of the conference. I was like, yo, I'm not getting Crackdown. I'm not getting Halo. I'm not getting Forza. Sekiro, I don't know if that's exclusive, but that shit definitely looks fire.
I doubt it's exclusive.
And I heard Sessions was, but I don't know if that's 100% true.
It might be.
Tomb Raider, that game looked great as well. So like, of course I'm gonna get Tomb Raider. I was gonna say Ori and the Blind Forest, but it was it Ori and the Wisp or whatever? That looks great.
Yeah.
But like all in all, it's just like, yo, I'm happy that I own a PC, bro.
Look,
and I feel like that's how Microsoft is advertising their consoles now. Yeah. And it's kind of disrespectful considering that they just said that they're working on the next system, the next platform. So it's like, why?
Like Project Scarlet, right?
Right. So it's like, why? Why should I? You just came out with a system that's like $800. I don't remember how much Xbox One X was.
600.
Just to tell me that all the best games are coming to PC.
Yo.
Like, and then you telling me you about to work on something else that's gonna be more than $600. And it's like,
I'm trying to read this right here. Hold on.
Why am I happy to own an Xbox One, with the exception of the Game Pass?
Well, so people will do this thing where it's like, yo, they only look at the exclusive. You can't do that. It's a presentation. You can't just pick parts out of the presentation and put it up. You have to, it's the whole complete package. Now, I would have liked to see more exclusives, but that's for every company every time. I would, if somebody came out and they showed 10 exclusives, I would still like to see more, just because that's exciting, because these are games that are only on that platform, and there's a good chance that there'll be brand new games that were never out. But the way they presented it was excellent, and not only did they show games, they're continuing with their services. A lot of stuff is on Game Pass day one, of course, and they confirmed it for us. They're also doing this new streaming service that they're going to be able to. You're going to be able to play console games on your mobile device with the power of the cloud. But I'm gonna wait for some more info because y'all told us the power of the cloud. You know what I mean, with the 100,000 servers and all that other stuff. What Crackdown was supposed to come out like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever. But like the complete package, bruh, they had it, and I know like these are multi-plats. But when you see something first, you get an impression, and they did that because of whatever deal they decided to make with the company so that they could show up first. I got
Yeah, like I said, Dying Light came out of nowhere for me. Like I was not expecting the Dying Light.
I wasn't expecting that.
That blew me away.
Battletoads, not expecting that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Battle.
Cyberpunk, like that shit looked great. Like I said, presentation wise, they won no ifs and
they had another game from the people that made Life is Strange called Captain Spirit, which
I seen it. I don't know how.
Here's the only reason why I'm interested in that game, because it's set in the same universe as Life is Strange.
Yeah,
so
but does he have the powers? Like,
hold up, no. But here's what I'm thinking is gonna do. I think they're gonna have a bunch of little mini games of stories from people in that universe, and it's all gonna build up to Life is Strange 2. And then
no, that's Snowman was talking, so I need to see what that's talking about. But as
I need to know. I also need to know what Battletoads is talking about.
Well,
like because a lot of people don't know shit about Battletoads. Battletoads may be way like we showing our age. For, like, so the only people that was really excited about Battletoads is niggas like us.
Yep.
That played that whole, and I think Battletoads were they in Kingdom Hearts or not Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Were they in?
There was another game that they were in.
Weren't they in Killer Instinct?
I think it might have been. I know it was on some.
So like some people don't give a fuck about Battletoads, but like me, someone like me, like I grew up.
That's fan service.
Battletoads was fire. Yeah, that's just pure nostalgia for me. Yeah, I just wish they would have showed something.
They should have.
Like I really wish they would have just showed something.
And Conquer. I wanted to Conquer. A real Conquer.
Yo, but one thing that I definitely did like from the Microsoft conference, I didn't watch the whole thing. I got about halfway through, and then something else occupied my time. I like the fact that they showed that they have they're making an effort to purchase studios and buy more
5
studios.
studios.
So,
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that's one of their biggest problems. The reason why Microsoft ain't got a lot of exclusive games right now because Microsoft don't got a lot of studios. So they showing that they actually listening to people and they trying to cater to what to their biggest flaw.
And I think that like from what I said,
it's a start.
From what I said earlier is that they're like the Japanese studios are fucking with them.
Yep.
And that's why I think is a really that's my point on this game, Jump Force, is the fact that they're actually showing them some love now because we know like Japanese and Microsoft don't mix. They haven't mixed in.
Yeah, they
God knows how long. So like the fact that they're willing to either give them a try or pay or whatever they did to acquire some of these games, it's like that's a major move from Microsoft's standpoint.
To be honest, I wasn't even shocked though because they acquired marketing rights with Bandai, and Bandai's the guys who are publishing Jump Force, and they've since I think 2014 after J-Stars, they were able to get the marketing rights for Xenoverse. And after that as well, that's why they were able to showcase it. Because if you remember, what's Dragon Ball FighterZ? It was showcased here on Microsoft, and I was shocked as shit because I'm like, Dragon Ball Z, and to see that, I was like, damn, what the fuck is a jet, bitch?
Dragon Ball Z, I'm not like solo games like that. I don't mind. Yeah, it was always on both.
Jump Force is not an exclusive though.
I know, but what we're saying is like Dragon Ball Z has always been on both. Whereas Jump Force type games have only been on PlayStation.
And they've really only been in Japan.
Right. So like the fact that they're getting them is saying a lot.
I'm happy because I think for even Bandai and the company who's making it under Bandai is opening up as well. So I think the fact I'm not frozen on your screen, right?
No,
you're good.
Right, no.
So I think that was a good marketing move for Microsoft.
And didn't Microsoft show Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah, they did.
Kingdom Hearts is coming.
Frozen footage, bro.
You got to remember, these are Japanese companies allowing Microsoft to showcase their game. They're getting marketing rights off of that. Once again, Square Enix is a Japanese company, so to see that they're showcasing this on Microsoft, I'm happy to see that. The only issue out of everything I have, because I don't care that there's 3 Gears of War game. I'm probably only going to play the main one, which is going to be Gears 5.
I'm playing Gears Pops. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's a mobile game, so I'm not even looking forward to it. I could care less. My thing is, like, Halo, okay, we don't have any anything
I don't
really
care about
related
Halo
to
no more.
that. That's what I'm saying. So my only issue, I'm happy they bought 5 studios, but I knew this was gonna happen, and that's for those who spent $500 on the Xbox One X, GG, because they already announced they're working on some new hardware.
We knew that.
And whether if it comes out in 2 years,
It will.
Those 5, yeah, exactly. Those 5 studios. I don't know why you have some people like, oh, thank God we told y'all Sony. I'm just like, relax. They ain't gonna be anytime done. And if you actually look at the 3 studios that they're making it, they're not big budget AAA studios. They're not heavy hitting studios. So I say that to say, with Microsoft, I'm glad they still acquired some sort of like in-house, studios to make their games. But at the same time, I feel bad for those who were probably waiting for some heavy hitting shit to drop on Xbox, on their X, because that was a $500 console that is super powerful. But
yeah, I just want to ask a question for the chat. Like, yo, like be honest, bro. Like, be as honest as you can be. Who is excited for Crackdown?
Oh wait, I got breaking news, bro.
Who's ready for that?
Wait, I got breaking news, prop, about Crackdown. Y'all want to hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it getting canceled?
No. So the Crackdown 3's original co-developer and series creator are no longer on the project. They have dipped.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting that game. I'm not getting that.
I'm not excited for that.
Actually, no, because it's Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass though.
It's on Game Pass.
So,
like, I just want to see who really wants to play that, bro. Like
Brandon Rivera
Rivera said it. Suppress.
Wait, who's Brandon Rivera? What?
Yo, Shenmue 3 is not coming out ever, yo. That game is
I'm
done.
not happy for that
Canceled
game
Shenmue
either, to
3
be
to get
honest.
canceled, yo.
Shenmue 3 is. They didn't show any gameplay at this E3. That game is over.
It looked fun, but like
we see some mixes. Like some people saying they get it. Listen, I'm not judging any of y'all. I'm just saying, like, I just want to see what y'all. I just want to see like the common sense of like Crackdown, because like now it's finally actually coming out. So like now that it's Terry Crews and everything, which is cute.
Terry Crews plays a gay character in the game, right? That's crazy.
I mean, I didn't know that. I don't care.
That's just lit.
You did this for Assassin's Creed too.
You know why? You know why? Because they want to always mention that shit. Like, why can't we just experience it for ourselves? Like Mortal Kombat. That was the greatest time ever.
That was
GOAT because I didn't understand.
Just put it in the
I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand until I played a mission. I'm like, oh shit.
It did it on Red Dead Redemption in the first one.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I'm gonna forever be hurt, bro, until until Scalebound comes back, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I'm gonna forever be hurt until that comes back. Or a game like
tell us Lakers fans to get over the white man, get over Scale.
Man, but the difference between that is they brought the studio back. Like
I wouldn't say no. They didn't bring the studio back. They got the IP back.
Yeah, they got the IP back. So that means that there's more of a chance than the white one of y'all championship.
Fucked up.
That's messed up, man.
What was I about to? There's something I want to. Damn.
He said we need a new IP from Rockstar. We are getting one. It's called Red Dead.
Oh yeah,
it's not new.
I forgot.
It's not new.
One thing I forgot too.
Oh yeah, you're right. New installment.
Fucking Resident Evil, bro. Oh my god.
That was on PlayStation.
That's a Sony.
That was on
That's
PlayStation.
Yeah, okay. I forgot. Yo, I forgot, boy.
Hold up. But there's something I want to talk about from Microsoft. I can't remember.
They didn't announce.
What games did they show again?
They showed Ori, Fallout 76, Captain Spirit, Crackdown, Kingdom Hearts, Forza, Division 2,
Jump Force,
Shadows Die Twice, Jump Force, Tomb Raider, Session, Devil May Cry 5, Cuphead DLC, Dying Light 2, Battletoads, Just Cause 4, Gears 5, Cyberpunk 2077, and that's only some of the stuff that they showed. I don't.
I don't think.
And a new controller.
I don't think they announced
did
a new
they really?
controller.
Did they?
No, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they didn't. I think rookie trolling, yeah.
Wait, no, they did show up though that new controller pad thing that they,
Yeah, for the handicap. That was actually that shit is actually lit too. Yeah.
So it's to be no surprise that Microsoft for me was. Well, after I get done explaining to Sony, I'm gonna say which one I felt was a better conference as a game.
They make you happy, bro, to like sit there and just hear a bunch of games. Well, that's why I got kind of like
even
cool.
like I'm gonna even. Well, I'll get to that later. Anything you all were disappointed about when it came to Microsoft's conference?
No gameplay.
The fact that they showed Halo.
What?
Well, there was.
Because I think.
fucked up.
No, because no. Because here's why I say that.
Yeah, I need to hear this, bro. Good.
I would feel like 343 Industries should be freed from having to make a Halo all the time, and it should just. This is the reason why I say a lot of things. Like I think they should be allowed to make a new IP. Why are we still making Halos? Halo story ended already. Stop making Halo games.
Why would they just stop making? They have a fan base that. Why would they?
Yo, they're going back to the origin, man.
Yeah, come on.
You can. No, I don't care. We already saw the origin.
Why would they?
Yeah, we already saw. We saw the origin.
I'm not
What do
mad
you
at
mean?
Dub. Listen, I'm not mad at Dub. I am not mad at Dub. With the
I get where you're coming from, bro, because like there is a such thing as making too many games in a franchise. Like sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you gotta learn how to let the franchise
beat Master Chief to death. Let that man die.
So let me hold on. Let me ask you.
Should continue to make it.
To go on with what you saying, Dub. Do you feel that same way about Gears?
I didn't play as many Gears, so I don't really have that great of opinion on
But
Gears.
just because you ain't played that many, don't mean that they haven't made it that many.
But I'm pretty sure I have said stop making Gears games too.
Why would? But that isn't. If people are buying them and supporting them, then you should continue to.
And not only that, they're their biggest shit.
I can't
Like that's like telling Nintendo stop making Mario games, including Smash Bros, including Mario Kart.
Yeah, like, and it's a multiplayer game with also a campaign.
Like those Gears, Halo, Forza are Xbox's backbone.
The reason why I feel differently about this is because Halo doesn't. I mean, Gears. I mean, what the fuck? Mario doesn't come out every like 2 years. Like there's about
Gears
one Mario
comes out,
game
no,
system.
but Halo comes out every like 3-4 years though.
When did Halo 5 come out?
No, that was like 2 years ago.
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
I got a question. If they were to
2016
make like 7 or 8 Last of Us, like y'all wouldn't have a problem with that, even if as long as people kept buying them.
No. So to answer your question, I'm gonna use God of War.
Just space them out.
This was my last God of War. It had it been like literally 1-to-1 as the other ones, I would have been like, oh god damn. They changed that game so much that it got me even more invested. Halo,
you can't compare those though.
My thing is, as long as
it's like 7 gears, there's 7
as long as they're not killing the franchise, people aren't leaving it.
Wait. I want to hear Chase.
It's not
like
a multiplayer. The thing, Halo, you know what I mean? Halo is a multiplayer thing where like a lot of this time is going to be spent in multiplayer for a lot of the players. So there's like endless possibilities when you get to face against other people.
But you gotta remember, Halo was definitely cool for its story too.
It was.
There's most definitely gonna be a Halo Royale. You can bet that.
Like God of War's different. There's really no multiplayer. Not multiplayer on Ascension was butt. So like,
here's the thing about Halo though. When Halo 5 came out, there were more people playing Halo Reach at one point than Halo 5.
It happens.
I couldn't stand Halo Reach.
It happens.
What?
People
you go all the way back to Halo Reach?
Man, people playing 2K16.
I mean, there was more people playing Halo or Battlefield 4 than Battlefield 1.
And there should be because Battlefield 4 is a much.
I have a huge question for.
There's more people playing Gears of War 4 and 3 than there were playing Judgment. For sure.
So wait, who here played
Halo?
But
my thing, I play Halo, and Halo is my favorite series of all time. Like easy.
That's wild.
You should have prefaced it with that so people wouldn't think
you should have started off that.
Why would I have to? I shouldn't have to do that.
People are gonna assume that
because you're gonna be pulling a Ricky.
It's not my fault that people assume stuff like that. I'm not fucking.
No, it's your job to tell them like, yo, this is my favorite franchise, and I believe that they should stop making it.
How about this?
If you don't say that, then you just come off of it.
I don't care if people think I'm a hater. It's just that doesn't change my opinion.
Ooh. No, it just gives your opinion more insight.
I guess.
That you actually put more work into it, so you can have more of a benefit of a doubt, as opposed to you saying that you barely play Gears and saying that you stopped making it.
Okay, but yeah, Halo is one of my favorite series. I played every single Halo. I think Halo is like here's the reason. Here's the real reason why I feel like they should stop making Halo at this point, because they're still focused on a story.
Like you want them to stop completely. Like you don't want them to come out Xbox 2 and there's new or Xbox One X, XXX, and you just want Halo franchise to be done permanently.
If they waited a good amount of time and they just brought out they just remastered Halo and they just totally I guess what's the word I'm looking for? They did a reboot for Halo in the future, then I wouldn't mind that. But no, a reboot for the if they did a reboot in 2019 and they didn't make from Halo Reach until Halo 5 until 2019, and all those games just didn't exist. Halo 4 and 5 didn't exist, and they just rebooted in like 2019, then I wouldn't care.
Yo,
Then
just
that'd
to
be
really,
great.
just to really. Sorry for even cutting. Wait, what were we gonna say, Dub? Continue. You said
The fact that I feel like they just keep changing the story, and like I don't think this Halo has anything to do with Halo 5 from what they're saying. I'm pretty sure this is a reboot.
So this is my biggest question. The reason why I asked you guys if you played Halo and really played since day one, like beginning, has from the first couple of one, like maybe from 1 and 2, and then maybe a little bit of 3, has Master Chief's character ever been as like how developed? You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where it really invested your time into his character. Were you guys ever interested? I'm being dead serious.
And Halo.
I like the story surrounding. Yeah, I like the story surrounding Halo. Right. I like the lore of everything. But I never got that focus with Master Chief. So when I noticed that later on in their series, they try to give him like a personality and just they try to develop his character, I didn't know whether or not it was too late. Because there's people who really like Halo stories. So when I was upset with Halo 5, because I thought it was like a build-up story to the next one, and there wasn't really any good fights, and I felt like I knew who Locke was, meaning that he was a new character. And I'm like, Master Chief, like I never got that from him. It's weird because I played Halo since the very beginning from Combat Evolved. And I just never got that like, oh man, I love his personality. Like that's how I went into that game. I just like their story. So with Halo now, I'm just like, I'm not too drawn into like what they're trying to do with Master Chief. Like if they go back to the origin, I guess, and they really try to develop his character, cool. But Halo wasn't originally made to build up for someone like Master Chief. It was built around the story and his gameplay, and all of a sudden they started giving him a personality. If you get what I'm saying.
The other thing is like nobody's telling Dub his opinion is wrong. He's
oh no, that's big. No, I was actually
I just want people to understand that he plays the game as opposed to just you know what I'm saying versus just being like a PlayStation's fanboy and just being like fuck Halo.
Yeah, wait, I say fuck Microsoft all the time though.
Oh yeah, but still, that's fuck everybody.
I wouldn't say for them to stop making Halo games. I'm just like
space.
So what do you think about this, Dub? What do you think if a new studio takes over him?
So here's probably one of the reasons why I'm most sour about it, because they started Halo 4 with a new studio. Like Bungie didn't want to make Halo anymore, so Bungie left to make Destiny. Microsoft wanted Halo to be made because Microsoft wanted Halo to be made so bad, they picked up a new studio and told them, here, you make Halo. And it just wasn't the same game after that. That's why I'm hurt the most, for real, because it's not even the Halo that I remember. The Halo that I remember was supposed to end with Halo 3, really, but Bungie made Halo Reach as like a goodbye present. Here, we're gonna show you guys what happened before, like the super prequel to the whole Halo series. And then
Halo Reach, after that. Halo Reach was just made to show Destiny. We're being honest. Because like they had some of the same abilities.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. That too.
Like they really pretty much just like, all right, we done. Here come Destiny.
My point is they trying to go back, and if they even try to, because now this is how you know I knew there's something wrong with this character, because I like Master Chief just because I just like the gameplay and the story. But my thing is when they announced after revealing Halo Infinite, they were like, this time Master Chief might play without his helmet. Like they might show who he is. I have to tell you, all these years, no one gave a fuck about who he was as a person until you seen like there was little bits and pieces throughout the Halo franchise where we was like, yo, Master Chief is that guy, or certain things that happened. But it was more or less like he was the body, and you just enjoy the story. That
exactly. Pretty
if
much.
Master Chief don't take off that helmet and ain't Samuel L. Jackson, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I mean,
like
taking off the helmet in Halo Infinite.
I mean, that's I'm different than Dub. I don't give two fucks about Halo. I never liked Halo. I played it, enjoyed it when I played it, but I'm not deep into the universe. I don't know the characters' names other than Master Chief. Halo Reach was cute. Halo 3 was I didn't play. Well, I played Halo 4 for a little bit. Like I don't give a fuck what they do with it.
That's what I'm saying. People will really.
I'm a Gears nigga, bro. Like I don't give a fuck about Halo, bro.
And here's what makes me the most mad. People say, oh, Halo should have a new protagonist. Oh, Halo needs a new story, blah, blah, blah. Why can't you just make a new game?
No, not only that. If you want to keep it in that universe, no, you can make it. Yo, you know what's crazy? I believe that the way Halo is developed now, if we're talking multiplayer or story mode, I'm going to say as far as the story is concerned, they could do so much with possibly making a spinoff that, you know, involves that world. Like they can continue it into that universe and maybe have something related to the enemy types and all that stuff. As far as the multiplayer goes, the multiplayer did not age well at all. It did not work at all. Like, you know, we all used to playing Halo competitively. There was no real running. The fact that the way we used our snipers and our weapons, the fact that they had to aim down sights, you was double jumping, pounding to the floor. I was like, this was such a change for Halo at the wrong time. And I just felt like the multiplayer was kind of bad. Like, it was just trash.
If I'm gonna be honest, if they want to like reinvent Halo or make it more appealing for someone like me personally, I would go the Destiny route about it. I would add more PvE into it, not just the main story. Obviously, keep the story, but like reinvent the actual game. Like change the whole thing around. You don't gotta obviously take exactly from Destiny, but just like do more PvE shit in the game, as well as keep it PvP and keep it focused at. Because I mean, we're not gonna act like at one point in time Halo wasn't the reason the MLG is what it is. Like
I
Halo
think
is
that's
the
what
reason
Halo
behind
Infinite is
it.
gonna be. I think Halo Infinite is gonna be more like PvE and
Shit, if they add raids to that game or something like that, if they keep bringing up, well, I always liked Halo.
I'm saying they have
really upset me.
to bring someone like me into it, other than just to play, because I'm not going to play the story. I don't give a fuck about Halo story. I got bored after trying to collect all them goddamn skulls in the second one, I think it was. Like, I was like, whatever, bro. Just add more PvE into it, and the PvP, I never had issue with Halo's PvP, to be honest with you.
It's just Halo 5.
And also, before anybody says anything, no, I'm not saying Halo is gonna be trash or anything like that. I just want a new IP. That's all I want.
I
want
that shit to them.
You don't gotta explain. You know why you don't gotta explain shit? Because you have it under your title. Like, I don't give a damn. Like, my thing is this, and I said, I agree actually 100%. And I grew up playing Halo. Like, that was my shit. We went to my boy's garage. We set up 2 TVs, system linked the whole shit. Like,
yeah, that shit used to be the life.
That was our shit the whole
Not
time.
regular TVs, the ones with the fat backs.
Fat backs, you know what I'm saying?
Fat backs,
the fatties with the antennas. Like, that was our shit. But
TV thick as hell.
I just feel like, yo, that game just did not age. Yo, as much as we really was hype every year that they, you know, every few years that they announced a new Halo, I think the multiplayer, little by little, just went downhill, man. And
Well, I think the most hype Halo was Halo 3.
Yeah.
Because it was coming to 360. It was, you know, something that y'all loved on Xbox side.
Yeah, it's the
so
first
like
one on
Halo
Xbox
3.
360.
Yeah, Halo 3 was probably the hypest. And then maybe, I don't even think Reach was really like, a lot of people hated Reach.
A lot of people hated Reach, but a lot of people also loved
it. Yeah, because that was the first one that I really, really like played like crazy. And I was like, yo, I like, because I didn't have an Xbox, so like I didn't get the Halo craze like that. And obviously Gears came out around that same time as Halo 3, so it just like was.
Yo, Prof, I got a question since you brought up some sort of like, you know, influence with Destiny. Do you think it'll be lit if maybe, I don't want them to go too overboard now, try to develop like brand new looking kind of Spartans or whatnot, but like if they had like specific Halo characters that may have their own character traits.
Yeah, like abilities and shit like that. Yeah, because that's what they were Halo Reach.
Like Destiny, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want it to be Destiny. I just want it to be, for me to want to play that game, add more PvE into it. Make me want to play that other than just the story, and then because all I'm going to do is just play PvP anyway.
I agree with Malik. Halo 4 is when it got kind of questionable. Like we really
that's when it got super questionable. They had that stupid ass dash ability that didn't even do shit. You didn't even go anywhere. That game was fucking.
Like it got real.
Yo, Jermichael, I'm with you, bro. Because like Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighter. I'm kind of mad that they didn't say anything about Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, I want a Mortal Kombat 11 too.
Yeah.
When did Injustice 2 come out? Last year?
2 years ago.
Last year.
Wait, yeah, you're right.
I feel like that would be a little soon for them, right?
Got you.
Maybe next year.
Yeah,
do they have the same people working on both games? Most likely, because they play pretty similar.
NetherRealm Studios, yeah.
Trey, what did you think about Microsoft's conference?
Yeah, I only watched a little bit of it. Like I said, I seen halfway through it. The like from a conference standpoint, from what I seen, it flowed. I love the fact that it was like not like PlayStation when they was taking awkward interview breaks. Like I don't care what those people got to say. For the most part, from what I've seen, like it looks cool. But every time I turn on Microsoft for E3, I just try to find a reason to buy an Xbox. And again, this is another year. I don't have that reason.
The Fab Studio thing is cool. I don't know how many people really care about that outside of like nerds.
I mean,
outside of us.
Matter of fact, I usually wouldn't care about that. I'm gonna let you know, to be honest, but I know that Microsoft ain't got enough like IPs. Like, so when I seen that, I was like, okay, finally, maybe they can have something they can bring me in. Because I love to have options. That's why I got my PC as well, because I know there was gonna be more games that I can play. I would love if Microsoft become a huge player with more single player games.
I think it will.
But as of right now, they ain't got it. Like y'all spent this time talking about Halo. I've never played a Halo game.
I think
I don't want to play
really
Halo.
like. I think Halo 2 was my favorite, dog.
Halo 2 was probably the best one. Halo 3 was probably the most game changing.
So like,
one.
and then like Gears was cool. Like I remember going to one of the homies' houses. He put me on Gears. I enjoyed Gears so much. Coltrane, one of my favorite game characters. But the thing is, but like I've kind of fell out with Gears, like, and I don't know if I want to necessarily jump back in. So they need something new for me to jump in. Like, and like with PlayStation, if I didn't like with PlayStation, if I didn't like Uncharted, Detroit just came out. You know what I'm saying? Horizon just came out. Yeah. Like PlayStation got those different options for me, and Xbox ain't really got it for me.
I agree with that. I mean, it would be helpful if people went out and bought the new IPs when they came out.
Yeah, I honestly thought they was thinking about making a Sunset Overdrive too.
I would like to see that, and
I heard a rumor of that.
There's a good chance it'd be on PC or on other platforms, but enough people didn't go out and buy the games. People don't realize, man, if you don't go out and buy the new games, they're just not going to make them. They're going to make the games that y'all do go out and buy, which is, you know, the usual, your Forza, your Gears, your Halo, your Uncharted, your God of War. You have to go out and support the new games. Now, I think I can't prove this, but I do think that Microsoft has a little bit higher sales expectation than Sony does. Sony has like a bigger player base, and they look at like, okay, we sold 1 million copies, we're good. I don't think that's quite enough for Microsoft. I don't feel like if they sell that they're going to be content with that and decide to go on with a sequel. Like Sony has all these niche games where they sell like 1 million, 1.5 million, maybe 2, and they're okay with that. We'll continue to see them. Microsoft, man, if you don't do a few mil, I just don't think your game is going to get another game. I'm sure somebody has some numbers that may prove otherwise, but it kind of feels that way. Like, why is it? Matter of fact, the game called Control. Let me just look it up real quick.
The Sony
the Quantum Break spinoff.
Break? Yeah.
Basically, I can't even. It's not even. Hold on.
Yeah,
is that on Xbox?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think it was an exclusive.
I think it's Sony exclusive.
That's ridiculous to me though. That like this is basically Quantum Break from what we've seen, and it's not even going to be on.
That shit look exactly like
that. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like Microsoft could sue or something for that shit.
Nah, because Remedy owned the IP.
Yeah,
that's their.
So
right.
like basically they was like, okay, Quantum didn't do as well as we did over here. Let's see what it does over here.
I mean, it did okay, but I don't. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like they ruined the immersion with the Netflix shit right in the middle of the game. You cannot ever do that. If you're gonna have those scenes, they needed to be shorter and spread out.
It can't be 30 minutes.
You can't just do a 30-minute scene in the middle of my video game.
And don't make them like real life actors. Just do it Metal Gear Solid style.
Yeah,
just make it game cutscene.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that they did real life actors. I hated that the character development was within the cutscenes. Like that's so because 1 minute you didn't know Shorty, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, an episode later, y'all had a close ass relationship. I said, what?
Yeah.
I said, man, I ain't watching that 30-minute shit.
Quantum Break was a good game. I thought it was a good game. I thought it could have been better.
But it had pointless content though.
There was
pointless
stuff
features
that was not done correctly. But I'm saying the core game, the idea they had was a good game. The update system, the upgrade system was terrible. The cutscenes broke immersion, but what they had gameplay wise, I thought was dope. But that's just me. Any disappointments from Microsoft? I don't have any actually.
You don't have any?
Mm-mm.
Something that you would like to see? Maybe
Scalebound. That's the only thing that they could ever show me.
Okay.
Until I see Scalebound, I'm always gonna be disappointed. That's it. Really.
Scalebound for me, and like, which won't happen anymore, but like a new Fable.
Ooh, a new Fable would be cool.
Yeah, but I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't think so.
They already said that there's rumors, well, closely related to Microsoft, that they're actually developing a Fable game, but they did not want to announce anything until they know, like, yo, we're very close to like wanting to put the title out, and that's a smart thing to do too. Because look at the 3 top games that went through development hell: State of Decay, Scalebound, which got canceled, and then Crackdown. Like,
I don't think that's. I think Crackdown was development hell. I don't think the other two. Development hell was a long
development
time.
hell is Scalebound. Scalebound went through development hell. It got delayed like 3 times.
That's not enough. Development hell is like this has been worked on for 5-10 years. And
development hell is Final Fantasy 13, which is now Final Fantasy 15.
And there's movies in development hell. Beverly Hills Cop 4 and shit like that. Seriously, man.
I don't know if Kingdom. Well, yeah, it kind of was. Yeah, it definitely was.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It definitely.
Kingdom Hearts was.
I think it was.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't being developed. It has to be developed for a
Bro,
while.
Wasn't it being developed? Oh, was it not being developed
either?
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts been developed since Nintendo.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
He said since Nintendo.
Since Nintendo 1.
You know what's the big problem? The guy who was directing.
Since the SNES.
The creative director and the person designing Final Fantasy VII Remake is the same guy doing Kingdom Hearts. He just finished Kingdom Hearts and he just went back now to go make, like, that's terrible. Like, yo, y'all need to open up a bigger studio or have.
That's why they got 5 new studios.
No. I'm talking about
Square Enix.
Square Enix had a big problem with that. Like, that's why they were like, yo, we don't know if this game is gonna come out. But my thing is, as far as Crackdown wasn't developed for that long. It was developed it started development within like a year before they had announced it. Scalebound was in the same position. And that State of Decay and Scalebound went through a whole bunch of shit. So,
wait, wasn't it Crackdown? This might be a reach, but didn't they show or talk about Crackdown when the PS4 and Xbox just dropped?
Bro.
So that shit's been
and
developed.
Final Fantasy 7.
It's been developed since my brother was in middle school.
I thought they didn't announce Final Fantasy 7 until like 2 E3s ago.
Maybe you might be right, but
I think it was.
I will say
three,
this. If you show a game at E3 and it doesn't come out before your next console, you showed us some bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, all they did was sold you a dream.
But my only negative would be I want to see 343 able to make something themselves, and I have to piggyback off of Bungie. That's really.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. You know what excites me for E3?
What?
That y'all finally getting y'all Crackdown or y'all Kingdom Hearts, cause I'm so happy for you.
I was like,
y'all niggas have been crying
get
about
it though.
that
That's
shit
what's
for
killing
years.
me though.
What's crazy is I'm not getting it. I don't give a fuck about.
You're not getting the game.
No, I don't give a fuck about Kingdom Hearts.
Really? I feel like you
really
love
happy.
that. You love that game.
Yo, wait, that's a game. Yo, prop. That's a game I think you would actually like a lot.
I'm just happy y'all finally getting it.
Yeah.
Because how am I? I've told you I've never played it. Like, why?
Play it, yo.
But you ain't seen that gameplay. You ain't interested.
I seen the gameplay. It was cute, but I don't give a fuck. I'm more happy for y'all because this is what y'all been waiting for.
Yo, can we have a game of dubs today only for Prof and make him play Kingdom Hearts 1 real quick?
Which one? 1.2, 1.8? Which one?
Don't do that.
Which iteration?
2.8.
2.8 right now.
God damn it, which one? How many is it, motherfucker?
Yo, I looked this up. I do not lie to you.
There's really 2. I would say there's 2, and then there's.
Nah, this is like 7.
No,
there's like there's 13 Kingdom Hearts games about.
But there are, but like
ain't no really, nigga. This 13.
Come on, that's like saying there's 20 Assassin's Creeds because of like all the.
Because there are though.
There is though. The PSP count too, nigga.
Y'all wow.
I'm in the same boat as Prof, dog. I've never
But
played.
here's the thing about that though, Chase.
And I just don't want to play it.
Every single Kingdom Hearts, those weren't spin-offs. Those all had main story elements.
I know,
to
but
them.
like I count the ones
Like
that were on consoles. And that's
So
really
1.2,
it.
1.8, 1.5.
Yeah, but 1.8 is it has Kingdom Hearts 1 remastered, and then it has one of the mobile games. And then there's like a card game. It's not like it's really Kingdom Hearts.
So they really got over on y'all niggas for that shit.
I ain't never seen a game franchise remix a game so.
Dog, I never, bro. Put it in subtitles.
Yo, man, chill out, man.
They hit that remix like Hitman and Holla Battle Rap.
They make P Diddy.
they remixed the fuck out.
Yo, I don't like the disrespect.
Listen, I don't fuck with Roxas. I only fuck with Sora. I don't fuck with Roxas, but
you know, let's move on.
Wait, Roxas is a beast.
No, PlayStation. Hold on, I got a donation I want to read. Sorry.
Wow.
Listen, bro, I'm not. Listen, why can't I just be happy for my niggas? They happy. That's all I'm doing. I'm happy for y'all niggas.
Nah, you mess with Disney Pixar. We had our convos, bro. You got to rock with the game.
I mess with.
I feel like you
movies.
had Game of Dubs. You gonna get this Kingdom Hearts,
but I don't give a fuck about Mickey Mouse because I told y'all that shit.
He's
bro.
not even the dude that's like
Man, he was on
Not
there.
even a
Ice,
dude.
bro.
Rob,
Like,
the game is
that's the reason.
bro.
Yo, that's the reason why I never touched it because I seen Mickey on the cover, my
Bro,
G.
you don't even use
And I was
it.
like, no, bro, like fuck out of here.
You don't mess
dude.
with
He's
Mickey.
barely in the game.
I'm done.
No, I never like Mickey Mouse, bro. Like that nigga is corny as that nigga is corny as shit to me.
Wow.
That nigga the fuck out of
Can we
here.
talk about Sony? Can we
Alright.
talk about Sony?
All right,
Get that nigga the fuck out of here.
Navy boy.
You walk around with Goofy.
He said, "What's up, Chase? How things going? Much love to y'all,
I
fellas."
ain't seen no Simba.
There is Simba.
Yes.
There's
I
Simba.
ain't seen him in this movie.
They got Simba in, they might not have Simba in
gameplay.
Kingdom Hearts 3, but they got him
No,
in
he
1 and
is.
2.
No, he is in the game. They just showed it. They had his gameplay. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
going.
so
He's going to get it for Game of Dub. So I don't even know why.
No,
we're
you
still
know what?
doing
I'm
it.
gonna give him Kingdom Hearts 2.
He's going to get the game. I don't even. And then he's going to say it's fire when the podcast comes. I already know what time it is.
I mean, in all honesty, it seems like the type of game I will play. But I don't give a fuck about Mickey Mouse. Like I just never get it.
You don't use
really
him.
encounter.
You don't
even
In my mind, I
use
see
him.
Mickey on the cover, and I was like, never.
Mickey has like
Man,
4 cutscenes on that game, and you don't use them.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's that many.
He's a beast
Yeah,
in the
Mickey.
game, though. I
Hi,
promise you.
guys, and that's it. That's about it.
I like
You don't
Ricky.
even-
That's my guy. But
I mean,
Yeah.
but like, with me, I even watch some of the boss fights. I'm just like, I'm not really into the.
Wait, you don't fuck with the boss fights? Wait.
I watch sort of. The thing is, I'll actually watch Chase play the game. I watch the whole walk to try to see.
See, I don't even know what these niggas talking about in the comment section. So what the fuck is a summon?
That shit don't.
You get to
Like,
summon.
niggas is summoning
wait,
Yu-Gi-Oh
Prop,
cards and
Prop,
shit.
No.
Why you
Prop,
say-
so Prop, in each world, you get a specific character you get to use as like one of your,
bro,
as like a main, and then also
It's
you
like
get
the
to
God of War
summon-
summons, ain't it? Right? Like
No. So pretty much like Lion King, you'll be able to summon Simba. He'll be able to help
Yeah.
him.
you can summon
what they mean.
Genie. You can summon Mushu.
Wait, no, you don't summon Simba in the
Yeah,
line.
you
He's
do.
already there.
You
Yeah,
do.
I mean, you can summon him, but like he's just on your part. You
Well,
don't
no,
get
once
him
you
until
leave,
after you beat the thing, right?
You acquire
Once
him
you
as
leave,
a
he
summon
could be-
as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck y'all.
I got you, bro. Don't even worry about it. Let me read this one real quick. Navy boy, what's up, Chase? How things going? Much love to y'all fellas. Love watching y'all. Remember Carter the reason. We're the gummy merch that we about to run the fade. Y'all gonna chill out with this gummy merch. Treasure Pinkston with the $1 donation. Thank you, bro. PlayStation presentation. I'm gonna say this. Well, first of all, let me say the games that I want to highlight. I didn't even see Square Enix conference. I just realized that. Whoops.
It wasn't much.
Neo 2, Control, which is Quantum Break, very similar to Quantum Break with the same studio. Death Stranding, Spider-Man, Resident Evil 2 remake, which was, oh my god, I'm gonna show y'all the
Yeah, the Resident Evil 2 remake was crazy.
Yeah.
Facts,
Ghost of Tsushima, amazing.
Also crazy.
Last of Us 2, bruh, like.
Also crazy.
If we just stripped away the presentations and we just said exclusive versus exclusives, I'm going with Sony. Presentation wise, Microsoft had a better complete presentation. Sony
Sony
had
didn't have a presentation.
better,
That shit was garbage.
it started with.
That's because that's because Sony in the middle of it, they had the damn Future mask off in the lube, like dude playing the shit. Like,
he definitely was, my G.
Yo.
He was,
oh my god.
I was like, yo.
No,
Molly Burton said, hey.
They over here bugging and shit. Then they got these.
But you know they always do that though. Like they did that with
it was better
Death
last year
Stranding,
when
I
they
think.
did.
But I ain't gonna
Remember
lie.
niggas was hanging from the ceilings and shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Nah, but the thing is, I feel like those times it kind of flow better. Like right now, if we being honest, it really felt like real choppy. Like at first of all, they started with Last of Us, right? Boom, everything's hot. Then you got this big break where these dudes is talking, and like,
Yo,
where's the other
that
game?
shit was so
It took like 10.
trash.
They talked for like 10 or 15 minutes.
And
too.
then, like, from what they were saying, is they kept going to different like arenas. So like all the shit wasn't showed in the same place. So like they kept switching to them niggas, and I'm like, yo, after they showed Last of Us, I'm like, yo, is this shit over? Because these niggas are talking for like 20 minutes afterwards.
So what I heard was that the presentation didn't start yet when they showed Last of Us. I don't know what the hell that was
Oh,
then.
it was ghetto. The audio was terrible in the beginning, and then the audio was messed up a little bit later on. Lucky they had good games. If they showed a game like all multiplats, they'd have got this. This would have been a horrible presentation.
Yeah.
Are they who showed? Did they show Tunic or was Tunic Microsoft?
I don't
I don't even
remember
know what the
that.
hell that is. Yo, that should sound like
I
a
tell
plant.
you what, for the people that were upset with Ellie,
like a planet tunic.
Ellie kissing this chick, If you played the Left
Yeah,
Behind
weird.
DLC, you would know that she kissed her
Yep.
friend on the
Yeah,
Left
everybody
Behind
was
DLC.
freaking out on Twitter.
I like y'all didn't play that. Yeah.
Oh my God, Ellie's
And it
gay.
did like-
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Like,
honest. You know what aggravated me the most about this E3
What?
is niggas, bro. Like,
Okay, break it down though.
like because like niggas is at. Well, I ain't gonna say niggas. Just like, dude, the complaints that I was seeing from the males is wild to me. Like, because Gears of War main character is a female. Then you got Last of Us.
Assassin's Creed.
Then you got Assassin's Creed. Then you got Tomb Raider. Like, dudes was really going crazy over that.
And
I'm
Battlefield.
I'm like, wait, like,
Battlefield, yeah.
Like, wait.
but like, what kills me is it. Like, what kills me about that is like, so now what? We hate women. Like, first of all, we know.
Bro, no. A lot of these gaming dudes do like so. Like that's the thing. It's not everybody. Like me, I don't give a damn. But they all characters. All these dudes is fake. But a lot of these gaming dudes, bro, they can't get no females, and they develop a hate.
Bro,
for
but
women. Like,
but that's not the worst part about it. This is what's worse about that, Trey and everybody. Is they the same niggas that make female characters in games that they
Probably.
let you make female
Probably.
characters in?
Probably.
Sick,
Yeah.
bitch.
So you don't want to play. So you don't want to play as a female lead.
That's big facts, though, man.
Your Destiny 2 character is a female hunter.
you
What?
run around with female Fortnite characters.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you run around with female skins. Like, yo, that shit aggravates me, bro.
Well,
And
let
I'm
me
not
keep
like
on,
super
man.
like feminist or nothing like that. Cause nah.
Bro, these
But, like,
dudes have
All that matters to me is the game is good.
their
I
whole
put
life they haven't
Ellie
got the
was a
attention that they
beast.
wanted from women, and now they've developed a hate like this. Shit
Nah,
just-
Ellie was a beast, bro. Like, we've been playing a lot of since PlayStation 1, my G. Like, why are dudes just now coming out hating on like that shit?
I will say
That shit
this.
is some nut shit,
Most
bro.
of these dudes is nutty. Like, you just nutty.
Nah, that's
You
some
can tell
bad nut
they're
shit,
mad.
bro.
They be watching
They're
porn.
missing some
And
screws.
they're mad at women because they can't get none. But there are some dudes who are genuinely annoyed that a lot of the games that had a male lead for years all of a sudden does not have a male lead.
And I'm gonna be honest,
They
it's the
think it's
same-
for an agenda. And I mean, some of them make some kind of sense. Some of them don't. But some of the guys, if you ask them, they can actually explain to you why they're irritated. Some of the other dudes, they just don't like women. Like the people that
The
got mad,
same-
not my Battlefield. Man, shut the fuck up. Hashtag
My-
not my
Bro, it'd be the same.
Historically accurate. Get the
They
fuck
be
out of
the
here. Now. You got
same-
somebody talking to you over the field.
Those people that's mad as playing as females is the same niggas that's mad as playing a nigga in Mafia.
Ooh.
Like,
Kill
it's the
him.
same people,
Ooh.
bro. And it's just like, yo, what? Like, yo, y'all kill me, bro. Like, the gaming community is trash, bro, when it comes to certain shit in situations like
That
that.
shit is trying to be historical.
Like, I can understand.
Now
Like,
you
the
get
only
back.
time that I can understand something like that is if you're still stuck with the character, and then just all of a sudden one year they just be like, nah, we good. So like if they just make Thor a female in the next Marvel, all right, I can understand that. Even though there is a female Thor in the comics, I don't have a problem with that. But like, you just can't do it like out of nowhere like that. So like, that shit just bothered the shit out of me.
Well,
It's like,
Wolfenstein, they changed to you get 2 women on Wolfenstein as well.
So like, I feel like niggas is weird.
And Joel's not playable in this game. For anybody that's
What?
wondering, he's
Bro,
not.
it makes sense. He's like
Joe-
60 years old.
I thought he was dead.
Joel's
I
not.
thought he was dead.
They
I'm
can't
not
just,
gonna lie to you. I'm not a fan of that movie.
they can't just kill him and not show us.
I
whatever
can.
happened.
I'm,
But what's
I'm fine with
wild?
I didn't
What's
know that.
wild is the
Yeah,
last
I'm fine with
half of Last of Us. You played as her, and then the DLC you played as her. And I guarantee you, for a 100,000 fact, nigga, you can go back to GMG when we was talking about Last of Us, and we were talking about, this was many moons ago, nigga, like 100 episodes ago, and we said that the next Last of Us will be Ellie. Like, she's going to be the main character in the whole story. And what they do now, they made her the main
I
character.
know, but the thing
But,
is, like,
Hold on.
well, for me, like, I knew that Ellie was gonna be the main character. Like, if you ever played the game and all the DLCs, you knew that. But the fact, I wanted to at least play a little bit with Joe because he's a major character. I know he's gonna be there in the story, but it's not the same. It's like I'm just not a fan of not being able to play with him at all.
Man, my man's
I can break
150
down-
years old, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you
good.
know-
Look, I could break down the whole reason why I'm fine with it. And here's the thing. I get where
Why dudes act like he's so old though? Like,
I mean,
he's already old and Last of Us
We
1.
used the old Ezio. We used the old Snake from Metal Gear.
older characters.
Wait, Snake is kind of a
Snake
Snake is a reach. He has a Snake is like a creator. He's like a. I don't even want to.
He's a
fuck
clone.
it. He's a clone.
But he
and
was
he has
still
like
old.
nano get in his body, and he has a nano suit.
That's true. He still looked
all
old.
right. So let me to make my point. To make my point. The reason why I'm cool with it, it's the way they did the story. So the fact that his daughter Sarah died when he was like 30-something years old, then for some weird reason they did 20 years later, and that's when he met 13-year-old Ellie or 14-year-old Ellie or whatever. And when they ended that story off, you got to remember this story had nothing related to Joel. If you played The Last of Us, but he was a cool character to play as. But you really learned more about Ellie and the virus and everything that was going on. In this case, because they did 5 years later. What they're doing is, I don't know if the mom is going to be playable, but you're definitely going to reunite with the mom because she's only 19 years old. So that means the mom has to be like almost in her 40s. And with that, why would you want to play as 60-year-old Joel when you know from the previous game he has never been that type of guy?
A 60-year-old video game character is not the same thing as a 60-year-old.
But that's not how they built him in the game.
Bro, it's 5. You acting like it's 15 years. Yeah. It's 5 years. Yeah. What can he not do in 5 years that he couldn't do 5 years?
Wasn't he already?
That's what I'm saying. He's 60 in this game.
Let's look it up.
Wasn't he already injured too?
Let's look it up. Because I don't
Was
know.
he not
He's like Joel finna be wearing a cane in this damn game or some shit.
Bro, I already spoke to Naughty Dog's designer, Bon Cooter, dog. He already told me he's like almost 60 years old in this game.
It says early to mid-50s on here.
Like 50, like within 55 to 60. Yo, he's already old.
Hey, you haven't seen some 55 and 60-year-olds.
So 55-year-old dudes ain't out here just lit.
I'm telling you right now.
55-year-old dudes can't choke you out.
There's multiple. There's different things though. If you really want to talk about this compared to real world though, he doesn't have the nutrients, so he wouldn't even be like the normal 60-year-old person. He'd probably be even worse because the environment is even worse.
See, my thing is, Trey, I'm not
disagreeing. Applying real world to it. I think.
No.
First of all, he was in like super great shape for his age and stuff. Anyway, he spent a lot of time running and all that kind of stuff. He wasn't sitting around. So he was super physical. He was in great shape for his age. I mean, if I told you some people that were 55, you'd be surprised.
But he did almost die at the end of the game.
He did almost die at the end of the game.
So that probably that's something to do with his health.
If anything, that's gonna have lingering effects.
But I'm saying, why not give us a segment where we play as him, and then there's a reason why we're not playing as him.
You know what? Wait,
my question is, how long do you want to play as him?
It don't have to be long. It could have been,
or like just the beginning.
No, it could have been just the beginning, just to get the story rolling to pass over.
I agree with that.
I'm saying I don't want to play the full game as that nigga. That's what I'm saying.
I definitely agree, bro. It's like this. If you would have told me you played a full game as Joel and not Ellie, I would have been the same. I'd be like, yo, that shit don't make no goddamn sense. But the fact that he was such a main character and they built his story up in the first beginning of the game,
they really never built up his story though.
No, in the beginning you learned about his daughter, him in this relationship with Tess, and then his character developed like he wasn't really too fond of Ellie. All of a sudden he developed this love for her and went back for her to save her life. They definitely built him up in a certain type of way. So you can't say they didn't really build him up at all. I think
the difference is personally for me is I grew with Ellie versus Joel was already what he was. And Ellie, we got to play her as a kid, got to see her grow, and now we're going to continue to see her grow. So her story development is better, in my opinion, than his. Because we learned about his past and his history and his development for the love of Ellie, but now it's her time to shine. Like I'm cool with him being in there or playing him for a little bit, but I want the story to be more focused.
No, I agree with that. It would be okay to play with him. Your comment that you casually said you didn't even know was funny. He said, so a 55-year-old can't choke you out.
Yeah.
And look,
55 got some nimble fingers.
Listen, brother, I don't give a damn how old I am. I'm not talking shit about Mike Tyson till he in the ground.
I didn't know Kane was 50, by the way. Undertaker's 50. Booker T's 50.
Oh yeah, they owe this shit.
These people will Stone Cold's 50. Goldberg's 50. These people, Shawn Michaels 50.
Undertaker can barely move.
Yeah, facts.
I ain't gonna lie. Undertaker was a bad example because now that man, he needs to sit his old ass down.
You talking about niggas that's on steroids? Anyway.
Fair enough.
Well,
Hey, you don't know if my guy Joel ain't been
Anyway,
picking up
it's
I
a-
don't think Joel is like 6'7", 270 pounds.
It is
either.
also a video game, and they can take a little bit of liberties with people's physical capabilities with their age and stuff.
You know what? With the whole thing from when I spoke to dude, he broke everything down, and I was like, yo, because I thought it was weird. I was like, damn, so that's how we ended it. I'm glad though that if we only get to play as Ellie, the way they ended the first game. Because had they ended it on the note of like not really curious as far as like, remember, they were still going to continue with the journey, but there was something that he never told her. And towards the end, she was pretty much like, what happened? Like whatever, the way they ended the story. So now we're going to transition over to where she's possibly going to find out why or what he was holding up on her. He was supposed to really give her to Shorty, who was going to, dissect whatever that was in her brain. She was going to get killed for that, but he didn't want to do that. I am upset at the fact that like, are we going to even get any character development from Joel? But from what I got from the dude on Twitter was that they have a heavy influence with Joel emotionally this time because Ellie has to help him out in this game. So I think it has to do with what Prophecy said with the injury because he couldn't give me that much details. And we never really left off knowing whether or not he was fully healthy, whatever. So it's the way they're doing it. Plus, they revamped the whole combat. There is no way she's going to perform the same way as Joel. So that's why you got things such as the bow. You got things like she could go onto cars, no problem. They changed up the whole combat so that it fits her as a female. So I was like, all right, they're doing certain things here and there. Don't get me wrong. I'm on the same page. I'm glad that like, yo, we get more of Ellie. But at the same time, as long as it wasn't bogus, like we didn't get enough of Joel. They're saying Joel has a heavy presence in this game, but more as someone that you become attached to and when things start to unfold in the story with another encounter. So I'm assuming it's her mom.
And we need to also, give them credit because they always do a good job tying up stories anyway. So
they also said the story. Well, from coming from this dude, he said, "Yo, that story's long." So with Ellie, they needed enough to build up where I said, "That's all you had to tell me." And I'm not under NDA.
I felt kind of bad because I thought
19.
this Asian dude in the game was Kojima. I was like, yo, they put Kojima in the game?
Oh, man. Go to the next game, man. Get done out of
You
here.
sound like me.
Hey, statement, dude.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't even ask. I'm not.
That nigga just got us distracted with that one.
He said, Kojima?
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
No,
I'm mad nobody was like, yeah. Never mind, bro.
no, because at first, that's like the first dude.
Age and shit. I'm like, yo, Sarah J is about 55 years old. She's still like putting.
Oh my god. Hey, oh my god.
her face is trampled. Her face is unsalvageable.
Her face is what, my god. I'm about to say trampled.
He said trampled?
Crazy.
I still got
another Ghost of Tsushima.
Man, this shit. First
this is the Sucker Punch game. These are the people that made Infamous. For anybody that does not know, this is a totally different game than we've seen from them, and this looks lit. Thought it was Onimusha.
This shit. I kept hearing people talk about like Ghost of Tsushima. It was like, yo, I can't wait to see more of this. Like when I previously seen it, I guess they previously showed it. I don't even remember this shit. Like I guess it didn't catch my eye. But when I turned my stream up to the max quality and I watched this game, I say it was a scene right here when it was by the field with all like the little weeds and shit flying. And then once they got to this gameplay, I said this shit is an instant buy. I would buy this. I would damn near buy this shit 3 times. That's how good this shit is. This shit look fire.
Very, and it's new, which is
Yep.
always important.
That's definitely a new direction from them.
It was this scene right here, my dude. Like, I turned my quality up. I said, yo, this shit look crazy.
The combat looks very clean.
Yo, the scenery is beautiful. The scenery and the combat.
Wallpaper, like, that
Bro,
shit
yeah,
crazy.
facts, yo. Like when he was fighting the girl he was training with, and the fucking the sakura flowers were falling down. I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Shit. Then they had like a fire in the background too. Oh,
I'm trying to get to the. I wish you could fast forward on OBS a little bit. That's a feature they could think about adding.
this is probably my most anticipated game, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Besides Last of Us, I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah. Besides Last of Us, this.
Yeah. Besides Last of Us and Smash Bros.
Last of Us, this, and Jump Force are my 2 or 3.
I don't even
This
know
shit-
what 9 is
Yo,
actually.
and like the fighting
Could be
scene.
this.
Yo, look
this
at
shit.
this. Look at these fucking graphics. And how he interacts with the environment, and how his horse interacts. Yo, this is
I
crazy.
give them credit because they're coming from which game?
Infamous.
Infamous.
That-
That's
it's
all
the
the
one-
this
knowledge that they had.
This is like so completely.
Infamous
Like-
already is a good looking ass game too. Though.
Yo, but this is what Dub
Yeah,
was
this is
talking about.
different.
This is what Dub was talking about. Giving the developer in the studio the creative freedom to just go to another
do what they
type of
want, yeah.
game. Because there's sometimes a contract where Microsoft made it very clear they wanted Coalition to continue doing Gears. They didn't want them to do anything else. And I'm like,
Ain't nothing worse to be tied down to a job where you can't really just do it.
imagine having to develop characters and you
Of
got to
course.
write shit.
Imagine working at Accurate.
Oh yeah, it's big.
Like you signing up thinking you're gonna be doing a creative job and they just
Look at
force you
that
to do one
shit.
thing.
Like, nah.
Nah, you
Halo
putting out
7.
this DLC, nigga. You gonna keep putting out this Nuketown, boy.
Yo, look at
This looks like it's gonna
Oh
take
my-
some
yo, I
skill
popped
too,
off.
especially on hard
Yeah.
difficulty.
You know, it's some strategy. Like you can't. It don't look like a button mash.
I've always
is it
been
arms
into
and limbs?
samurai games. I don't know why, but
Yeah, me
samurai,
too.
that whole thing is like one of my favorite time periods.
And then when the blood, like, and then he like wiped the blood off. I was like, oh my god, bro. Like,
You know what I want to see mastered?
right there is
This
nice.
one seems to be pleasing. I want to see a good samurai game, a good gladiator game, and a good damn, I just had it too.
You got Rise, you got Nia. There you go.
No, good,
Oh
no,
my
Rise ain't no
God,
damn
cut
good
off
gladiator
his
game. Get that out of here,
I
man.
like Rise.
Nah, I'm talking about like
Mine's
a
look
full-on
repetitive. I never
experience.
played it, but that shit look repetitive.
It
A
was.
full-on experience with a gladiator game, but it would be a samurai game, which is this one that I'm seeing. It would be a gladiator type game, and I just totally forgot the other one.
I
nah,
want people.
ain't
I want
no
someone.
way. Ain't no way in hell they added multiplayer in this.
I want somebody to
They
make
did.
it like a 300 type
Yo, if they
game.
had a 1v1 multiplayer type shit,
Bro.
that shit might be fire. I ain't gonna
Yo,
lie.
if they did,
I would've
bro,
played it,
For
but-
Honor is out of there, son. Like, like for
I
real.
want to go ahead and
That's
show the next game.
Nah, stay on this for a little bit.
Yo, keep looking at
Yo,
that
I
shit.
want
That
them to
shit-
see. I want them to see the Quantum Break.
Yo, look at the red flowers.
Is that
I'm
co-op?
sorry.
Is that
Damn.
co-op?
Dog, this shit look fire.
Is this co-op?
Yeah.
Probably not, because these.
Hold
This
up,
shit
just-
was co-op. That shit be
Just show the
gaming.
part. Just show the part where he hop in the temple and
All right.
do what he do.
Denisha said keep the same energy because you said PS4 wasn't going to show nothing on Twitter.
Who, me?
No,
Who said that?
She said prophecy.
Look at the takedowns, man.
I did say they were
Yo,
gonna show
oh,
nothing.
yeah,
but
yeah, he
one
did say
thing,
And they didn't show nothing but the games that we expected, nigga. The fuck?
One thing that I don't like how PlayStation did their conference. I don't really like that they announced everything before then because it really did take this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that was my whole point.
expectations, man.
That was my disappointment behind that tweet that I said. Like they didn't show anything that we didn't already know, which could be a good thing and a bad thing. Some people say, well, they showed exactly what they said. You're not happy? I wanted some surprises. I want them to throw me something.
But I am glad with what they did. So they show like an extensive time on that shit. But at the same time, when you take the surprise out of shit, it's not the same. That's probably why people think that Microsoft had a better conference because it was surprises in it that you wouldn't
Well,
expect.
and because their conference flowed better.
Yeah, true.
Like we already had to deal with leaks, bro. Why would y'all have to just announce everything? Like it ruined my E3. I think I told you, Trey. I was like, I'm not even hyped about shit.
Mind
The
you,
gameplay looked dope, but like,
What?
I didn't see the wall.
Hey, triple
God.
triple G.
Ooh,
This ain't nothing
Oh
but
my
God of War with the
God.
new filter. Get out of here.
Somebody banned Triple
Triple,
G.
no, don't
Oh
ban
my
him. Triple
God.
G, no. Why would you say
Yeah,
that?
look, he stabbed him.
nah,
through
you
the
can
thing.
you can
Oh.
you can ban
I
him. if you want to.
completely disagree with that.
All right, man. You can go to the next. That shit's fun.
Yeah, that's all I
That
want.
shit was so fire.
I forgot which other
Take
game I want to
down
see.
right
That's
there, bro.
crazy. Damn, it was Samurai, Gladiator, and some other shit.
I already
like
know.
a real medieval type game.
Resident
too,
Evil
I
2
would like.
remake. I'm gonna show that. I'm gonna show the Quantum Break and then I'll show the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yo,
Oh.
Resident Evil 2 remake looked fucking phenomenal.
You know what game I want to see? Like a good made game is a vampire type order game, dog. I need another one, like a good one.
It's funny that you brought that up because when Chase asked this question after this conference, I'm definitely bringing that game.
Hold on.
Oh, big facts.
Control.
That stupid that vampire game is trash. Jesus, man.
Is it
I knew that
vampire
shit.
or vampire? I never.
It's
I
vampire,
don't
but
know.
that's how they spell it. And they're, in their
Vampire.
I was
I
saying.
call it vampire, but they really call it-
You want to come out?
All right, so this is
Vampire.
Control. This is the game from the studio that made Quantum Break. I like Quantum Break, so I'm definitely going to get this. I'm basically trying to give everybody that's watching just a couple previews. You can watch the entire conference if you want, but there are a lot of dead spots on the conference. So
Beyond basketball.
so it's horrible. It was a horrible flow with the way they did stuff.
What is this? This is
Control. It's called Control.
Controller.
Also, it's Quantum Break 2. Okay.
Yo, so
Yeah.
as a dude that had like, at first I had interest in Quantum Break, but when I actually seen the actual game, I didn't care for it. I'm gonna let you know I do want to play this though, because I feel like the people that made this would have learned their mistakes from Quantum Break and fixed it in this game.
You think so?
Yeah, that's Remedy Games. Yo, that's crazy. I just look exactly like it.
It really do, bro. I
exactly
said that on Twitter. I said, yo, is this shit's Quantum Break?
I immediately said the same thing.
That shit, the gameplay right there. I'm like, yo, this is Quantum Break, dog.
Honestly, that's so.
I hope
cheesy
this is
that
on
they changed the
Xbox.
game.
It should be on Xbox.
They said it,
High Def said it's a multiplayer.
All right, cool. Because it has no
This
business just
shit-
being on PlayStation.
This shit look fire, bro. And I remember when I first seen Quantum Break, I was saying the same thing. I was like, yo, Quantum Break look fire. This
So
shit
this-
looks fire.
This looks like a different scale of Quantum Break and Infamous Second Son.
It looks to me it just looks like a more polished Quantum Break.
So is
Yo,
this actual
hid
sequel to
Triple J?
Quantum Break or what?
Nah,
It's
this
not.
is another game. Remember, Remedy said that they were making another game for PlayStation.
Is it from the universe? Like, what's the story behind this? Because it looks
I
like
don't know anything on
It's about copy and pasting. That's what I think.
it.
yeah.
It looks
Hey,
exactly
you
the
gotta
same,
we gotta keep it real, yo. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. I'm definitely getting it though, cause I bought it on Xbox.
Didn't 505 make the Sniper Elite games, or am I bugging? I forgot.
I don't remember. Nobody talked about the Sniper Elite last year, which is interesting. Next up, what was also dope,
It really did.
Resident Evil 2. I was not expecting this at all.
Yeah, that threw me off.
This is one of those surprises that we're talking about. Yeah, E3 is about showing the games that we're expecting, but yeah, surprises are part of the E3 experience because
I thought it was some bullshit VR mouse game. I didn't know what the fuck.
I
it
didn't
was.
know what it was. I seen the mouse get his head stepped on. I was like, yo, what is this?
What is this?
This would probably really be like the last thing that I show.
They changed the
You
camera.
ever saw
They
Death
added
Stranding?
extra content. I was like, yo, Death Stranding look boring. Yo, am I bugging?
You know, you're not bugging.
No.
You're not bugging.
No,
at
you're
all.
not bugging at all.
I'm gonna get it.
I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna get it because of who made the game, and I expect it to be
Yeah,
better
that's
than it
true.
looks, or be more fun than it plays or looks like. But I'm not. I'm going to be very cautious. I don't have real high expectations. I'm not.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Go, Trey.
Like the game looks so damn weird. I want to see what the hell it is. Like that's probably why I'm not really agreeing with y'all. That shit look weird as hell. Like
It was just looking boring when he was walking left and right. I'm like, man.
All he was doing was walking. I don't even think he shot at anything.
That game.
that shit look weird as hell. dude.
This is like my what do you call it?
Surprise.
No. Conspiracy theory about that game. I feel like that game takes place in like death. Like you're in like a purgatory type of stance. And the only reason why I say that is because some of the things that led up to it and the things that he was saying kind of like made me think that you were already dead in that game. So I think it's going to be one of those games like if you ever seen Shutter Island or anything like that where you're already dead and you're just trying to find your way out or whatever. Because like there was a scene where he was like he was talking to somebody and he was like yeah, you're gonna die and if you die you're gonna come back. But
You're gonna come back, but the whole area will be in a hole.
Right. So like that made me think that you're already dead and you can keep dying in that game and just things are gonna change and be different. That game looks mad fucking confusing. Like I can't even fake be excited behind that game because it's so weird. It's so like Silent Hill. I don't know, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna get it. Like I'm definitely gonna get it because of who's making it. But it is mad confusing. And what happened to the other game? The zombie shit.
That got canceled. It was Konami. That was one of their games.
Oh, PT Silent Hill?
Yeah, Silent Hill. They fired them and they halted production.
they definitely.
So
that thing ain't never coming down.
So wait, that
No, not that one.
You talking about?
The other one they showed last year.
What, Kojima or no?
No, not Kojima. It was the zombie shit.
Survive?
You ain't talking about the.
Oh, you talking about get the F out? Get the fuck out.
Maybe.
No, you talking about that Metal Gear Survive?
The nigga where he was riding on a motorcycle and shit.
Days gone.
Days
hey,
Gone,
I told people
Whatever happened to that shit?
I hope.
Wait.
So, like before,
So-
Man, that
they had
game don't
put out,
look too good,
they gave,
man.
what's the name? A bunch of gameplay. I think it was like an hour of gameplay, and a lot of people not really fucking.
It don't look too good. I'm getting
The
it,
people
but
who the people I know who played it said it actually played pretty well.
it looked weird. I'm gonna mess with it, but if it's ass, I won't be surprised at all. I will say that for sure.
I won't be surprised either way.
Um,
Damn, Leon
all
got
right,
ate
so,
up.
Okay, so let me put Spider-Man on while we discuss this a little bit. What disappointed y'all the most about the Sony conference?
I'll go first. Know the order.
They never even rumored that though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna be disappointed.
Wanted that?
I'm gonna be disappointed every time until I see the order. Now that game definitely deserves a sequel. I can't stand a good game ending on a cliff note. I mean, on a cliffhanger. Like that game deserves.
Said a cliff note.
Yeah, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
My biggest disappointment was aside from Resident Evil, there was nothing that shocked me. Like I wanted something that I wasn't expecting, and the reason why I said what I said about that, it was like I didn't look at any of the leaks or anything. I did a good job of avoiding that shit. So like I was really somewhat excited to E3, thinking that there was going to be a bunch of new shit, and it just like I knew about Spider-Man, I knew about all these other games. Show me something that just completely throws me off guard, and they didn't really show nothing. Aside from that Resident Evil from Sony's side.
I don't even have any disappointments because I didn't have high hopes for them this year anyway, honestly.
My only one was Final Fantasy VII.
I mean, I knew they weren't even going to show that. Like, so I wasn't even disappointed. Like Spider-Man, we knew that they was going to show that. We knew they was going to show The Last of Us because they showed these games 3 years in a row. Death Stranding 3 years in a row. Neo 2 was a surprise because that's quite early to have a new sequel. Well, I don't know what that intermission game was, but I'm good on that. But yeah, like I'm not really surprised by anything but Resident Evil 2. Neo's a little bit of surprise, but in a different way. Resident Evil 2 looked pretty good.
Everybody watched the Spider-Man shit, right?
Nah, I don't want to watch it.
So who do you think was at the end of it when he was like, "Oh, it's you"?
I hope it's
When he was getting
Hobgoblin.
jumped.
Nah, he's not making an
A
appearance.
lot of people were saying that it was possibly Iron Man. Other people were saying it was Green Goblin. Some people I'm just wondering. I'm curious to who y'all think.
I wouldn't even have.
If it's a good guy or a bad guy, for that matter.
I don't.
A bad guy. I'm pretty sure a bad guy, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's a bad guy.
Yeah, because like they had all his enemies whooping his ass, and then he probably got one of his biggest villains.
Yeah, because it's Sinister Six, but I don't know who the last member. I guess if it's the Sinister Six, it would have to be. Well, it could be Doc Ock too.
Do we know, like, this probably is not known, but is there like any Venom, Carnage, anybody in this game like them?
No.
It could have been Venom.
I heard somebody say it wouldn't be no Venom, but I don't know.
Well, like if we base it off of what he looked like and what he said, like it was like somebody lighting, like you could look on his like goggles or eyes, and it was definitely like somebody glowing. So I'm probably in agreement with Green Goblin, to be honest. But they didn't show Mysterio or anybody else like that either.
I don't know who it would be.
I was just playing Web of Shadows a couple weeks ago. Wolverine was on there.
Yeah, Wolverine was flying out there.
Guy.
There was a couple.
Yeah, Web of Shadows had a lot of people in it.
So, I don't know. Last question. Because we are over the 3-hour mark, and I need to. Oh man. Your three most anticipated games from this year's E3 across all conferences. And I'm sorry, guys, we didn't get a chance to review the Square Enix conference because I didn't even know they had one.
It was ass.
That shit was ass. There's nothing to review.
Fucking doodle. Go.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Smash Brothers, Ghost of Tsushima, and I don't know, Spider-Man.
Really?
Last of Us, Ghost, and Jump Force.
Last of Us. Shit.
Yeah, I'll go Last of Us, Ghost, and Spider-Man. Or if I had to pick a fourth, possibly it'd be Assassin's Creed.
actually going to say
Ori.
Ori. You know that. He knew that. Ori.
Kingdom Hearts.
Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not even going to say Kingdom Hearts. I feel like that's just too obvious of an answer. I'm actually really looking forward to Cyberpunk. So probably them 3. Cyberpunk has to be on there.
Damn, wait, Fallout 76 too.
I was
Damn,
saying
there's
3's
so
not
many-
very many. That's kind of hard to narrow it down to 3, but those are the 3 that I can think of right off top.
I can't even think.
I'm waiting on that Metro too.
Oh.
That Metro look like it's gonna be.
Oh
Excellent.
yeah. I don't even know to be honest. I mean, yeah, Ghost, Last of Us. Damn, what the fuck else?
Madden.
No.
Man.
Madden.
Madden 19. Yeah, I can't really think. I wasn't hyped at all for shit because I
Damn,
already
yeah, I
know
couldn't
these
even
games were
choose.
coming. I already expect these games to come. I would have said Red Dead, but you know they don't appear at E3. So.
Man, I don't know why people always keep expecting that Red Dead. Rockstar do what they want.
That
Bro.
shit-
Yeah, they never show up at E3, so I don't know why people
never
say that.
show up.
They don't need to. I wouldn't if I.
Yeah,
if I
so
was
that's why when Red Dead always keep getting rumored, I'm just like, yo, y'all bugging. What's up with y'all? Like,
Yeah.
Everybody go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read these final donations. I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys, because it is super late. We went super long, but I told y'all it was gonna be a long show. We had a lot to cover.
I gotta take a super shit.
Black
when we get it.
Wonton with 2 donations. This second one too savage. I can't even read that one, bro. Thank you for the donation. He said when y'all streaming Monopoly.
Set it up.
You got a better chance of seeing H1 or
What do you
Unravel.
mean?
I don't know.
hey, if y'all run H1, man, y'all just let me know, bro.
Because we tried to play Monopoly. There's like 3 versions. It was just a mess. Red
Hey, yo,
Menace
run Uno.
dropped 2
Big
more.
fuck.
Had to drop one of them things because I had to leave. Thank you, bro. Suspense 813, like their favorite character isn't Samus. Is it how you say it? Seamus?
Yeah, Samus.
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 I do have Uno on PS4 though. I do have that.
Yo, this web slinging on this.
I get
goddamn
bodied
little
every time I
fucking-
play Uno. I'm
I
like,
love
Jeez,
Uno,
man,
dog.
that shit.
Bro, I used to play it in my dorm room, dog. Them Uno matches was intense, bro.
Some of those matches going for way too long.
Bro, they got a new card called Swap Hands. Oh yeah, you gonna swap some
Oh,
hands?
what?
Just
shit.
through the card.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
about
that
hell
card-
no.
that
Oh,
card
actually, that might
vicious,
help
dog.
me.
J-Dub
You ready to
Entertainment.
fight?
What's y'all favorite game on PS4? I don't have a favorite. There's entirely too many good games.
That came out on PS4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I right now I really can't remember.
God
like
of War,
God of War, or
Persona
yeah, God
5,
Horizon's up there for me.
or
Love
Horizon. One of them 3.
I'd probably have to say Horizon.
And
It doesn't have. If it's
unpopular
not an
opinion,
exclusive-
unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people hate this game, but I actually do like Mafia 3.
I like Mafia 3. I like the story missions. That what you did between
Yeah.
was ass though.
That store was fine.
Final donation from Suspense 813. Remember, controls the same people as Overkill. You ain't talking about like Overkill The Walking Dead, are you?
That shit is garbage.
Man,
yo.
I see some gameplay on that. Whoo, doodle.
I don't think he's talking about that.
I-
It can't be.
Overkill. I don't know.
That shit look doodle.
I don't know.
That shit look whack.
Anyway, guys, we're going to holler at y'all next week. Thank y'all for coming through, especially if you sat here for a whole 3-hour podcast. Make sure you check us out. We will be back next week. And we are out.